morning, fellow geeks, and welcome to a very special long stream that we are beginning this morning for an awesome cause. For any of you guys who've been keeping up with us throughout the week, you guys know that we are doing an all-day fundraising stream this morning for an awesome cause for Westwood Preparatory Academy. We're going to be raising some money to get some role-playing gaming kits for some at-risk youth. And I'm not going to talk too much about it because we actually have the principal right here with us, John. So when we get to his introduction, I'm going to let him talk about it because he will explain it much better than myself. But before we get to John, let's talk about the rest of our cast as well, because we have just some awesome people on with us this morning, and I would like them to tell you guys about themselves and about their characters that we're going to be playing today. Now, we're going to be playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition for our first session this morning, and all of us that are running sessions today have decided that we are following a theme of doing kind of reformatted fairy tales. So the one that we're doing first this morning is my unique version of Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. And that's what we're going to be playing through first. So with that, let's start with PG. Why don't you tell us about yourself and then tell us about your character?
Hi, everybody. My name is PG Law. Most people know me because I was on Survivor a few times, the reality show. I was on Survivor China, season 15, and Survivor Second Chances, which is season 31. Besides that, I am also co-host of a podcast about escape rooms and immersive gaming called Reality Escape Pod, and I will be co-hosting the Escape Room Conference coming up next weekend. Oh, and I also have a stream here where I host games with other reality stars, things like werewolf, social deduction games such as that. And I will be playing today a deep gnome sorcerer named Piala.
Awesome. Very cool. Glad to have you on, PG. Thanks for joining us. I love escape rooms. I now want to go do an escape room because I realize I haven't done one in like over a year. Sounds great. Very good. Let's go with Kat next. Kat, why don't you tell us about yourself? Tell us about your character.
I'm Kat, and I make comics about tabletop games under the name Dungeon Delves across the socials. I've just started streaming on Twitch as well under Dungeon Delves, all of my art stuff. And I'm just excited to be here. I'm going to be playing a high elf fighter named Tari, who hopefully is just going to be a bit of a lovable dweeb.
That's the perfect kind of fighter right there. Awesome. Glad to have you on, Kat. Your content is fantastic, so thanks for joining us. Let's go with Bill. Bill, people have seen you around here, but tell us about you and your character.
Yep. If you're a fan of this channel, you've seen me a lot. My name is Bill. I make podcasts. I make a show called Escape This Podcast, in which we make tabletop-style escape rooms and have guests play through them. We've had PG on. Wait, hold on. We've had PG on. I think I'm getting my stream layouts correct.
Yeah, you got there.
Hey, PG. And yeah, we do that. I also have another show called Solve This Murder, where we do murder mysteries as well. Yeah, lots of fun stuff that I do. We'll also be doing stuff at that same Room Escape convention that's coming up. So there you go. My character today is a old druid called Old Leafbeard, a 76-year-old man who lives in the forest in a little farm that he runs himself. And I say he, but you can kind of use whatever, because he's also a mother to all of the little animals that they raise, so they don't really mind. But yeah, that's Old Leafbeard. Oh no,
that's
and look,
beautiful.
There you go.
Cosplay.
I'm a druid now.
Wonderful. Great, thank you, Bill. Man, I should have done like a Snow White escape room. We got 2 escape room masters here with us in this group.
I've done a Snow White escape room.
That's pretty awesome. All right, and let's go with Andrew. Andrew, tell us about you. Tell us about what you do. Tell us about your character.
Hello, everyone. I'm Andrew. I do too many things. I am the host of Roll for Persuasion, a podcast where I chat with entertainers and creatives about the nerdy things they love. Bill and his fantastic partner have been a guest on my show before and really scratched my itch for escape rooms, and then the world fell apart. So the only room I'm trying to escape right now is my house. But someday, I'm also the head of marketing for a cool company called Dwarven Forge. We make some pretty nifty tabletop terrain if you like dressing up your D&D tables. And I do also, I'm the co-creator of a show called Second Star Show on Twitch every other Friday, where we explore the world of Neverland in a D&D 5e setting. So you can check that out at secondstar.show. Today I'm playing Warjern, the Turtle Cleric of Lyra, a Grave Cleric. And yeah, I think he's pretty fun. If you know anything about Lyra, she's a very goofy deity, and I think that Warjern is a little over it, so it's kind of a fun cynicism I think he'll bring to the game.
Fantastic. Sounds great. Everybody's got to love a turtle. Great ancestry in 5e. Very good. And last but not least, let's go with John. John, tell us about yourself, tell us about your character, and then tell us about the kids that we're raising some money for.
So I'm John. I'm the director for Westwood Prep Academy at New Beginnings. Our school is located inside of a residential facility. So my kids are all in county custody. They've been pulled from their homes. They're here for treatment for severe trauma that they've suffered in their lives. They're a little bit of a hot mess, but they're our hot mess. So we love them. And we just explore every opportunity that we can to help them get better. And I was really drawn to tabletop gaming in the way that it can teach them communication and collaboration skills in a fun way where they can still have fun and maybe step outside of themselves for a little bit, but learn as they're doing so. We're also tying in an additive manufacturing component through career and technical education, where we have the kids design heroes and monsters, and then we can shrink them down, and we have a 3D printing lab here. So they can start incorporating some of their own monsters. It's been really cool. The therapists are really on board with it, but we don't know what we're doing. And Chase and the level 1 Geek people have been a huge help in getting this running and setting this whole thing up for us. So we're really hoping to help a lot of kids. And I can't say thanks enough to everyone who is involved in this. It's been a really positive experience. This is my first time playing. I've created a rogue character. He's a human rogue. He would much rather talk his way out of trouble, but he will gladly stab you in the back if he has to. So we'll see where that gets us.
Very good. Excellent. Thank you so much, John. Yeah, we're really excited to be a part of this. Great cause. Absolutely love what you do. So yeah, let's get into it. If you guys are interested in donating for this, we have a GoFundMe going right now to raise money for it. And let's see, I think production, can you get a link in there for us in chat? And you guys can check that throughout the day. We opened early donations last week, and we've already raised over $500. So huge thank you to everybody who's contributed to this already. It's super exciting. We're super happy to see it. And we're going to see if we can get some more today, because this is a great cause and we super believe in it. So I think, I've been told that I did not introduce myself. I am Chase, the level 1 Geek. I play games over here. I run a couple of our shows. I play in some of our shows, and today I am playing the Game Master for this campaign. We're going to be playing a pretty light and breezy casual campaign. We've got John's first ever D&D session, so we're going to show everybody that you can just jump right into this game and have a lot of fun. It's just a good time. It's easy to learn. He was a bit intimidated when he first saw the very thick rule book. And we're going to show him that it's not as intimidating as it looks, and you can just kind of hop in. You've got a dungeon master that knows the game. You should just be able to go right in. And it's a hobby for absolutely anybody, and it's a good time. So yeah, I think that's us, everybody. Chat. Now, I know that with a lot of our shows, we typically have some fancy chat interactions, and we let you guys interact with the game and everything. We do have quite a few new players going through our streams today, so we don't have those enabled today. We still have our character facts. So if you guys would like to redeem some channel points to get some facts about a character, we will have the characters share something like that with you. But none of the fancy affirmation bar or hero points, just because we didn't want to overwhelm the new players. But we still love all of you and your support, and we hope that you guys have some fun with us today. So I think that's everything. Let's jump into this session and play some Dungeons and Dragons, everybody. So as we discussed kind of before the game for you players, you guys are all previous adventurers. You guys have been some on adventures together, and all of you previously know each other. I don't know if you guys are friends, if you just tolerate each other, if you just work well together. But whatever the case, you guys have been together for some time and you have been on some adventures together. You guys currently, we're going to start this adventure by a tavern, excuse me, by a tavern that one of your characters runs. Let's decide right now. This is kind of a secluded tavern. It's by a lakeside. It's called Ripples by the Lake. It's not very busy. You don't get a whole lot of traffic, but you yourselves love this place. It's kind of a serene getaway where all of you guys can get together, and every once in a while you'll meet some new friends that pass by. Who amongst your group do you think would own this tavern, or who do you guys want to own this tavern? And I guess while we're at it, let's kind of discuss, let's just see if we can get a feel for what you think your relationships are like with each other. Give us a feel for how you guys operate day to day.
I could very much see Sorvis. I could own a tavern. It'd be a good place for a rogue to kind of kick back and just rest a little while and chill out between jobs. I could own a bar.
Very
Tavern,
good.
excuse me.
Nice. Yeah. So you run a good business. You've kept it up for quite some time, managing the funds. Are one of your characters a cook here that maybe brings in some folks for your good food?
Well, I will say, I don't think that Leafbeard would be a cook, but as we previously established in my introduction, Leafbeard has a little farm out in the middle of the forest that they run. And so I think I would come in every now and then also to just bring you vegetables and various other things that I've grown, right? You're kind of a secluded tavern. I'm a little secluded farm, and every now and then I come in and I bring you marrows. Just marrows. Like an old Hercule Poirot, I bring marrows to my friends. And so that's probably how we met.
That's fantastic. What do you think Tari's role is in this tavern? What do you picture them doing kind of on the day-to-day? Do you think they participate in any way when you guys are here? Or do they just kind of hang out?
Yeah, I can see Tari taking the role of cook, actually. They might not be great at it, but they have a lot of enthusiasm. Quite a lot of knife skills. Everything looks very decorated. It might be a little al dente, but that's okay. You can't really say no to their face. It's like kicking a little puppy dog. You just gotta accept it and maybe eat that raw carrot or raw marrow.
That's excellent. And while we're at it, we're talking about characters. Let's show show off some of the character art. All of our players here made some Hero Forge tokens. So we've got old Leafbeard here for everybody to see. We have got Sorvis, the now established tavern owner.
Oh, that's a tavern owner. Look at that.
That does look like a
I've never seen
tavern
a Hero
owner.
Forge character that manages a tavern. That's it.
It's pretty spot on.
All
We have
business.
We've got
Die.
Piala, the deep gnome. And while we're talking about Piala, what do you think Piala does at this tavern? Kind of hangs out. You think there's any particular role that you manage with this group?
Well, Piala is a reformed criminal, and so I think that she probably partnered with Sorvis at some time in the past, being a rogue. And I think, especially since she's a deep gnome, she probably is one of his sources for tasty beverages, for certain beverages that may need to bypass, certain taxes, things like that. So I think that's probably what she does. She's rolling in barrels through a series of tunnels in the back
How
cellar.
reformed a criminal are you? That just sounds like a criminal.
Mostly reformed.
Oh, that's not judge. It's just that
We
she's
cater to
reformed.
everyone.
I believe.
I'm a businesswoman, Leafbeard. Excuse, how dare you?
Fantastic. I love it. Then we have Tarragon here. Now, is it Tari or Terry that they prefer to go by?
It is Tari.
Tari is what they prefer to go by. Yes, we have Tari there with the most glorious sword. I just absolutely love that sword. I had to make sure I got it in the token. And then we've got Warjern. Tell us about what you think Warjern does kind of on the day-to-day here hanging out.
Well, I think as nice as this place might be and the fact that it's near a river, not too many people come by, but when they do, sometimes they have a tendency to get a little bit rowdy. And sometimes, you need a strong, firm hand or a heavy shell to kind of, escort them off the premises. So I think Warden spends most days working, sitting out on the porch, manning the door, bumming free drinks, saying a few prayers for people who pass by, knocking a few heads together if the occasion calls for it. But, mostly earning his keep by keeping a watchful eye on the place, if you will.
Fantastic. Yeah, so there's our adventurers kind of hanging out together in this tavern, Ripples by the Lake. And before we jump into a more quick production, if we could just zoom out, this reminds me, take a look at this gorgeous map that we've got. All of these maps that we're going to use today are very pretty, and they are all by a wonderful group called Che and Peku. They allow people to just freely use their maps if you support their Patreon. And we use a lot of their maps in our games because they are just absolutely gorgeous. So big thanks to them for letting us use those. And yeah, so you guys are all hanging out here by the lakeside today. It's probably just past early morning. It's enough for any of you who sleep in would already be awake. You would have already had a nice breakfast served up. It's been pretty slow today. You haven't seen any other patrons. All of you have just been hanging out. None of you have been on any sort of adventure in quite some time, at least over a month. So it's been a pretty peaceful, calm spell of time. Something notable by your tavern here is... Oh, some okay? Anything wrong, John?
It says random character fact for John.
We got a random character fact for John. So John,
Yes.
you can make this up on the spot. If you had something on your mind, tell us something about Sorvis that we don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, he looks like a tavern owner because he is a tavern owner, but he's got a little bit of a history. He's been in some trouble, but there's a few places where he's not welcome, but he can usually find his way back in. But yeah, he's got a little bit of a reputation, and he tends to leave a little bit of damage behind wherever he goes.
That is fantastic. I love it. Very roguey indeed. Very good. Thanks, John. Yeah, so something notable about your tavern here. Your tavern is located just kind of on the edge of some beautiful woods. Old Leafbeard, you probably absolutely love these woods. You probably feel at home at these woods. But something odd has happened over this last month is these woods have been slowly growing into some enchanted woods, which is not, a super unknown occurrence in this world, but it doesn't happen very often. And Old Leafbeard, you have probably more than anybody noticed this just by things that have been subtly changing. The woods seem to have grown quite a bit. Some of the trees have changed colors. You've seen some strange flora that you didn't see growing there before. And there are parts of it that have grown a bit dangerous. There's been some odd creatures that you've seen wandering around that you maybe didn't want to mess with unless you had your group of friends with you. So that has been happening nearby. You guys have not investigated yet, but it is something notable that's been happening. So we're going to begin the day here after everybody has woken up and had their preparations. And you guys, as you're maybe hanging outside, maybe going to see the lake, you guys see a large group of dwarves approaching you. And let's go ahead and reveal these on the map. We do have tokens. They're going to be just right down here. Now, as you see these dwarves approaching, notable about them is all of them seem to be in almost a kind of uniform. They're all dressed in similar attire, different colors. They all are wearing a particular circlet on their heads, and it looks like some sort of religious attire, though it's not any sort of religion that you recognize. And they are traveling together. They spot all of you outside, and you can see them approaching towards you. Are you guys doing anything notable as they approach?
I will give them a very friendly wave and yell, "Good morrow" in Dwarven.
There seems to be one kind of leading the pack. He's got nice, long, full black beard, nicely styled black hair. And he gives a friendly wave and a smile. Morning to you as well. Are you the heroes that run this establishment?
Why, yes.
Very good. One of you in particular is in charge, right?
I am the owner of this fine establishment. How can I help you gentlemen today?
You must be Sorvis.
I am.
It's nice to meet you, Sorvis. I've heard of you. We've heard of all of you. Adventurers, are you not?
Adventurers,
Sometimes, yeah.
cast masters occasionally.
That's very reputable. Now let's see. Let's on the fly. One of you, tell me some sort of adventure you've all been on together. What's something you've accomplished? Can be anything.
Oh, there was the thing with the rats. I mean, everybody remembers the rats. They were biting. They were busy. They were stinky. Sorvis might have eaten one. He might have not. I don't recall exactly how that went down.
Yeah.
But we
We
certainly
talk about that.
they're gone. We can all agree the rats are gone,
Exactly, yes.
right?
All I remember was you blaming me for the food poisoning when very clearly it was the rat that you ate and
The jury is still out, but I'm willing to move forward.
I was able to develop one of my spells from that, my infestation spell. So I found that encounter quite
Perfect.
useful.
useful
I'm
yet slightly terrifying.
We'll
I'm
direct
still
it
not
at
really
others.
comfortable with you using that infestation spell. No,
You be
don't
quiet
think
over
it's-
there.
Look, I'm just
I'll use
saying,
it
we
on
got
you.
the rats out of here. They went into the woods back to where they came from. I don't think it's really appropriate for you to be making more rats out of the ether.
I think-
Look, it's not good for the balance here, you know.
I think we're
We're
good on
supposed to be
rats.
friends to
Yeah,
the
look,
rats. Leafbeard.
yes,
Rats your friends.
the rats
Yeah.
are my friends.
You know how much it
you-
cost me to get those health inspectors out of here after that? No more rats.
Bad for the bottom line, that's true.
Aye, we've heard of your feat with the rats, controlling them along with your other adventurous feats. People talk about you in this area, so we've come to seek your help. Oh, by the way, you can call me Happy. That's my name.
Oh,
And
wonderful.
what were the rest of your names?
Oh, hi, Happy. My name is. You can call me Leafbeard. People here call me Old Leafbeard, which seems rude, but you can call me Leafbeard if you'd like.
Pleasure to meet you, Leafbeard.
This is my
What about the
turtle
rest?
friend here. He can introduce himself.
You gotta forgive my friend Old Leafbeard here. It's a turtle.
I see that.
He gets a little mixed up, spends a little too much time with animals, but you know how it is. Out in the woods alone, what are you gonna do? And I kind of kneel down. It's like, pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I kind of reach out and give a fist bump to any dwarfs that'll return it.
Yeah, all of them smile and they give the fist bumps back. They all seem very friendly. Nice to meet you, Wardren. And you, gestures to Piala.
Oh, me. My name's Piala. If any of you are looking to infest anybody, I can
Oh.
do it for a bright little copper penny.
It's not worth a copper penny.
Well, we may need somebody that needs infesting, depending on how things turn out. And you, gestures to Tari.
And I am Tari. I am aspiring hero in training, and I will use prestidigitation to make myself sparkle.
Glorious. What a fine
But the
batch of heroes.
vampire!
I see we've come to the right place. These are all my brothers and sisters. Confident, impactful, passionate, peaceful, wise. We're all pleased to meet your acquaintance. They don't talk much. Not a much of a people person as I am. So I'm bringing the request myself, but they all support it.
Are you sure they don't talk? Are you sure they don't each have individual and distinct voices and would like to all introduce themselves now in increasingly interesting ways? Are you sure that's not the case here?
One
That's
of
not
them,
what you wanna
this
do?
female dwarf here waves. I'm passionate. I'm fine at talking, but
Yeah.
Happy's
about
always been
you,
better
sir?
with words.
You look like you're from the deep south.
Oh yes, name's Wise. Not from the deep south, the deep
Oh,
underground.
I must have been wrong. I'm so sorry.
Anyways, that's my brothers and sisters. It's nice to meet you all. Now, we do come offering coin, if that's what you require.
You
But
have
we need
our
some help
attention.
with the task. Very good. Businessman, of course, owning a tavern. Now, we've got a bit of a problem. We're from a very special group, I suppose you could call it. We don't talk about it much, not until we gain some trust. But we're interested in the destinies of special people. Right now, we're interested in the destiny of a particular young girl. You see, she was born with very special power. She's meant to change this world in a big way. But, unfortunately, we're not the only ones with an interest in this power. As with any power, those who would like to see it flourish for good, there are those who would like to see it flourish for evil. It's a young girl by the name of Snow. She's been influenced and raised by an evil sorceress. Quite unfortunate. We've been trying to nurture her and have her grow into a good person. She has a good heart. But the evil sorceress has cut us off in her recent ages. You see, we're adventurers ourselves, but not all of us combatants. This sorceress put some of our brothers and sisters, the ones that are more capable of fighting, away. So we need some assistance, since we don't have them. Today is the girl's 17th birthday. It's the rites of passage for her bloodline to mature and gain this power. She has to go to a very special place in these here woods. You may have noticed they've been changing.
Yes, I don't know if anyone else here really noticed, but things are getting strange in the forests.
Yeah, but Leafbeard's always talking about how things get strange in the forest, so most of us.
No,
you know,
I'm always
kinda
talking
don't-
about how the forests are mystical and beautiful in their own way. These are separate, strange things.
A haunted
little
forest
bit
is
of this,
bad
little
for
bit of that.
business.
A haunted forest is bad. Well, I mean, people will probably come here.
Maybe, perhaps
and,
not.
It might be.
I've been
look,
enjoying it.
nobody.
I feel
Hey,
more comfortable
nobody
here.
tells Solvus that it's probably good for business. It's bad
Regardless,
for this forests.
yes, but
Yeah,
regardless
so
of
bad. Oh,
business
so
and
bad
the
for business.
forest, I cannot
It's-
abide a young woman being led astray.
Oh, I can't abide a young woman. That's terrible.
No, let me finish.
I can't believe you'd say this.
Well, it seems that our interests would probably line up then if you're not wanting to haunted forest. As of right now, it's not haunted. The changes have been happening by some ruins that manifested in the center. Since you're all still standing here, I'm imagining you haven't wandered that far since it's been happening, which is good. You're not going to want to go there without our assistance, as this evil sorceress we spoke of has been corrupting them. Now, if this ritual is to take place, the evil sorceress gets her way, they will become haunted forests of sorts. You're going to see horrible creatures there, and this poor girl is going to use this power to do terrible things. Now, if coin isn't enough, I hope that that'll warm your hearts enough to help us out. You don't have time to find anyone else.
I'm sorry, I'm not incredibly clear. Are you offering to pay us to kill this girl?
Whoa,
Absolutely
no.
not.
Eh,
No, no.
I just wanted to clarify because I felt a little confused, and sometimes this group, and I kind of gesture over at Piala, they apparently are reformed, but some question the reformity, and you can't be you got to be very clear with your directives.
It's a good clarification. I appreciate you bringing it up. We absolutely don't want this girl killed. We love Snow.
We're interested in rooting out evil sorceresses, giving us a bad name with their magnificent. I mean, terrible, just terrible works. Terrible.
Indeed.
I got a
It is
soft spot
terrible.
for kids. What do they need?
Very good. We were hoping you would say that. Now, the evil sorceress isn't there to worry about. She's a coward. She's hiding away. She sent Snow here on her own. She's going to be at these ruins that have manifested in the center of the forest. She's told her the ritual that she needs to perform, but it's a twisted one. We need to be there with her to perform the right ritual. So what we're going to do is we're going to hope that you can go to the forest with us, help us do this ritual to make sure she does it the right way. That she doesn't manifest this power as a dark and horrible thing, but something to help the world. Can you all
Now-
do that?
I mean, look, I hesitate to speak for everybody, but yes, we can definitely do that.
We
in
open
fact,
at
I'll speak
4,
for
right?
everybody.
So
I'm eager to go learn some new spells so I can definitely put them away so nobody else besides me could ever use them.
Now, Happy, I have one question. You say this girl has been corrupted. Is she going to stand in our way? Do we expect her to resist any help we might give? Does she know that she's been corrupted?
Don't think she knows it. It depends how far gone she's been. I don't think she would harm anyone, but if this ritual's going, it's going to form some beasts that may.
Okay.
I believe that we can reach out to her.
I believe so as well. Now, these woods, though, they've grown fickle. You may notice our names are a bit strange, not conventional. These are our spirit names. They were given to us by a spirit guardian, one that is drawn to this girl. It's probably manifested in these woods right now. Before you can help us, you need to go get your own spirit names. And to do that, you must find the spirit guardian. We can't join you on this task. It's something we've already accomplished. Are you willing to do it?
I mean, I've always
It'll help
wanted
the
to meet
kid,
Spirit
yeah.
Guardian.
Good. Now we're going to go on onto these woods. We're going to go set up for the ritual. He's going to draw something out of his satchel that he has on his side, and he pulls out this very large looking diamond. It just looks so expensive. It is nicely cut. It is huge. It clearly looks like a diamond. It's here. We mined it from deep down in the Whistling Mines. If you take this...
I've heard of those mines. I've heard 1,000,000 diamonds shine in those mines.
In the mines.
Aye.
In the mines.
This is a special one. Now, if you take this, who is the purest of heart here?
Oh, that's me.
Glad you discussed it in advance. It's always a good question to know with your group. Here, take this. It'll guide you to the Spirit Guardian. You'll understand how it works when you start wandering into the forest. Now, old Leafbeard, you said it was. These woods aren't going to be the same as you remember them. Don't trust your own instincts. Trust that stone.
All right. Well, I've always wanted to meet the Spirit Guardian. I'm quite. Do we need to know anything else, or should we go?
Don't trust things in the forest. They're going to be trying to stop you. There are dark powers at work. Now, Spirit Guardian, they come off a bit frightening at first, but just stay brave. Confront them. Answer their questions honestly. You'll be given your spirit name, and then you can help us.
This sounds like such a wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
We're so glad you're all such courageous heroes. Thank you for helping us. It means the world. Now we're going to head off into these woods. We're going to part ways. Go on your own. Follow the stone.
Very, very quickly, we established that you are in fact paying us. Did we determine a fee? Is this an hourly thing? Is it? Is there overtime, hazard pay? And I kind of start pulling out like several contracts. And like we typically work with a subcontracted company that you have to go through. They cover our benefits, but if this is urgent, we can waive that for an additional fee.
And that's why I keep you around.
If you can put the contract off, we'll up it to 300 gold for your group. Does that sound like a fair fee?
I think that's a great starting point. We'll negotiate as we go in case we incur any expenses along the way. We'll make sure we submit them for proper approvals and reimbursement. But it sounds like the Spirit Guardian.
Get half up front, yes.
And of course, I always forget to get half up front. We will require half up front as a retainer for our services.
Seems completely fair. He'll draw a coin pouch off of his side, and you see him shuffle out and count out quite a large pile of coins. It should be 150. Should we all survive, we'll meet you back in the tavern afterwards and we can discuss the rest.
Very good. And I tuck it kind of into my shell.
Yeah, you keep an eye on that for us.
Best of luck to all of you. Appreciate you. And they're all going to nod and smile, and you see them go calmly walking into these woods. What are all of you doing?
I'm running back into the tavern to gather up a bunch of mini casks to take on the road with me.
A bunch of what did you say?
Casks. I gotta take a few for the road.
Oh yeah.
I very much thought you said mini cats, and I was like, sure, let's do that.
Who doesn't want to bring mini cats?
You always need those.
Got a couple of those too.
What if the rats come back? We'll need mini cats. They travel much better.
Okay, very good. Any other preparations you guys are getting for the road? While you think about that really quick, I have been told, I did forget to mention something. We're doing giveaways today, guys, to show how much we appreciate all of these donations and everything. Now, we are giving away an item at certain milestones. So the more that gets donated, the more we're going to give away. Production can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that you should be able to hit ! Enter to enter our first giveaway. That one's just going to start right now. Once we hit the next milestone, we are going to do that giveaway, and then we will start another one. And we're just going to give stuff away to help with this cause. So we've got some awesome stuff from Die Hard Dice, one of our sponsors. We got some nice dice to give away from them. And also one of our very loyal viewers, Real Life Unicorn, has donated making a custom set of dice for somebody. So we will do that giveaway today as well. He makes some awesome custom dice with his own resin. So you can put in a custom order with him and it will be awesome. So ! To enter, and we'll get that going. And if production hasn't put it up yet, they will do that shortly and they will let you know when it's time. So keep an eye on chat. All right. Where did Bill go? Did Bill disappear? There he is. I just
He
looked away and I
wild-shaped
looked back
into a
up and,
rat.
and he was gone.
Oh, that's leaf beard. You just never know.
Somebody made a $31 donation. Thank you so much. As your
That is
Awesome,
reward,
thank you.
amazing.
here is a quick shot of a character sheet that my friend made of a character called Agamemnon in a Fallout RPG that I designed and obviously didn't sell because that's illegal. And look at that! Isn't that kind of fun? You know, look at this little character sheet I made in Excel. No one's ever seen this before. This is the first time it's ever been seen. It's all thanks to your $31 donation.
That is amazing. I love that you got the Fallout thumbs up on the character.
Yeah,
It's
getting the thumbs
iconic and
up.
great.
Little one full of all his weapons down there.
Perfect.
Did you
Here's
know
here's
that is not a
infantry.
thumbs up?
What
He's
is it?
actually.
Oh yeah.
He is blocking out the mushroom cloud. If the mushroom cloud is larger than your thumb, fully extended, you need to run. So
It's
it is
probably
not a-
too
What
late.
else you getting
No,
for your
it's probably-
$31
but yeah,
donation?
But that is the thumbs up is designed to gauge your distance from the actual detonation.
We're
Man.
dropping some deep lore today.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
more you know. That's awesome.
There you go.
Very good. Yes, thank you very much for the donations, everybody. Okay, so you guys have your preparations heading into the woods?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Yeah. So, Terry, you have this stone. It's not doing anything.
I'm gonna
But-
be watching it always.
Yeah.
Gonna
very
just
good.
be walking with it in my hands. I might, stumble a bit, but that's okay. That's
Yeah,
fine. When
good
it does
stuff.
something, I'm gonna be excited.
That's our fighter. Can't do two things at once.
No. But
All
I
right.
do when I do want things, I do them to the best of my ability. Oh boy.
So you guys head into these woods, and you guys didn't take very long with your preparations, but you already don't see these dwarves anywhere, nor do you see any trace of them. No tracks, no anything. They just seem to be
Oh,
gone.
we just got a quest from those dwarves right over. What?
Exactly. They seem to just be gone. Yeah, so you guys are wandering in this woods. What are you doing? Are you just heading right towards the middle? What is your tactic here for traveling into these woods?
I would think that Leafbeard knows the woods fairly well, right? I'm presumably I live somewhere along the way. He'd happily step and say, "Look, everybody, I'll happily take the lead if you'd like to file in behind me. I know these woods like the back of my hand." Oh, that's weird. But look, I know the way roughly to where I have a vague idea of woods geography. I
Yeah,
can start
go
at least
ahead.
heading to roughly to
You-
the center.
You can roll me a survival or a nature.
I shall. Let me just find myself. Let's roll nature. I've actually got points in nature. Normal roll. Oh, give me that nature. 19, baby.
19 nature. That is pretty good. Yeah, no, these woods may look different, but they are familiar. They feel like home to you. And you do get an idea of the general direction of the center. You almost feel drawn to it. You almost feel like you have some sort of mystical connection with it.
Yes, I trust you to leave the way, Leafbeard. No matter what anybody says about you.
And-
And
oh,
I'm
as
talking
you
to
guys
Piala,
are-
and that's why I'm saying that Leafbeard should not lead the way. Sorry, what?
As shortly after you say that, and as you guys are into these woods, Tari, you just get this feeling deep in your heart that he is absolutely going the wrong way. It is not right. You just know it. You don't know how, but you are certain that Leafbeard is going the wrong way.
And yet, despite it all, I think you may be
Tari,
mistaken.
thank you. Thank you for your support from earlier. I'll take that. Let's continue going the way I'm heading.
Oh, but I really think that we should consider other options.
I lost my voice over. Look, Tari, look, is this, you think, because of the diamond you've been given?
Yes. Now,
I mean,
know
can't, it doesn't look like anything to me. It's just a diamond. Is it pointing anywhere? I don't know.
You look at it, it's not glowing, it's not
It's just
doing
a
anything,
diamond.
it just looks like a rock.
I mean, look, they dig up diamonds by the score in that mine. 1,000 rubies, sometimes more. But I don't know what they dig them for. They just dig. So, I mean, I think all those diamonds are the same. I don't know if it's necessarily that special.
Leafbeard's being drawn to go northeast, but you
I'm
just
going
really
northeast.
feel that you should go northwest.
I have this feeling that we should go northwest. Now, I know my track record is not great in the directional department, but I have the utmost faith that if I get us completely lost, that you will be able to get us out of it. But I would just hope, as a friend, that you would just perhaps let me have this one. Prestidigitation sparkle.
You know, that's a very good point. I will trust your gut. You've shown enough promise in our career that if you think that's the way we should go, then we can go that way. If it turns out not to be correct, we can always readjust later. But let's go. Would you like to take the lead?
I get to take the lead.
You
Yes.
get to take the lead.
We will boldly go, and I will run off, expecting
Very
my
good.
friends to be joining me.
Does everybody follow?
I think we take a second to really appreciate her running while staring at this diamond. And then, yes.
Not
yes,
graceful. This is the least graceful elf you've ever seen.
I think we cannot just let them go off on their own. We have to follow them.
Is Terry wearing heavy armor?
Yes.
So is it like that really clunky, clanky run?
That chain jingle jangle.
Absolutely. Okay. So everybody's following Terry. Let's roll some dice. Let's have everybody roll a perception check. So the easiest way to do that here in Foundry is if you click on your token, you should be able to click on skills up in the top left. There should be a button for it. And when you mouse over skills, you will see perception under that list. If you click it, it's going to ask if you want to roll it normal with advantage or disadvantage. Unless you have a special ability to do so, everybody will just roll it normally here. We're going to see all these beautiful digital dice roll across. Unless you're preferring to use your own physical, that's fine as well, because we all missed rolling physical dice last year.
I'm sorry, I missed that. I click on the character and then what do I do?
Yeah, so click on your character token, and then there should be a button on the top left that says skills that pops up. And then you should be able to find perception under those skills. And if that doesn't pop up, I may need to fix your permissions. So let me know if that doesn't pop up for you.
Okay, yeah, I see it. Okay, and just normal, is that?
Yep, normal should be good here. Unless anybody has any kind of like woodland perception advantage. All right. So now we can see in the chat here, we've got our roll results. So we have Old Leafbeard with a 19 or with a 21, Tarragon with a 13, Sorbus with a 9, Piala with a 3. What did you have, Wardren?
21, 16 plus 5.
21. Fantastic. Okay. So Old Leafbeard and Wardren, this is what you guys must actually let's start with Piala. You guys are wandering through these woods. You're following behind Tarragon. And Piala, as you guys are walking, something catches your eye just off to the side, right against a tree. There is this beautiful bush that appears to almost be glistening. It is just like rainbow of colors on the leaves. They're blue, purple, green. They seem to shimmer slightly, and they have the most delicious looking large berries. You can just tell that those are some juicy berries just by looking at them. You can't believe nobody else spotted it. What do you do when you see that plant? Anything?
Do you guys see the pretty plant over there? Is this, oh boy, this meat must be really good. Anybody hungry? Did you guys remember your rations? Look at the pretty bush.
When Piala points it out, you can all see this. You can't believe you missed it before, but it is this large rainbow shimmering bush full of these just delicious looking berries.
That is a shockingly attractive bush. It's not what was intended.
Is this I'm assuming this is something that I've never seen before in this forest. Or is it like, oh yeah, that's the old
no, you have
bush.
absolutely never seen this.
You put that on the menu?
Well, hold on. We don't really know anything about this. I know it looks alluring, but you know, I wouldn't necessarily go and eat strange berries just because they sparkle. Maybe they're sparkling, so you'll eat them and die. That's how magical things usually get you.
Maybe that's how we get our spirit name.
Mean.
Oh, it is unnecessarily mean. Hence why we're trying to stop this becoming an enchanted forest. They aren't necessarily quite mean.
What's going on with the diamond? Any change in the diamond situation?
I'll give it a shake.
Just a beautiful looking diamond. Doesn't appear to be doing anything.
Would gladly
you just
hold
still
it
feel
for
very
you.
confident that you know the way.
I mean, look, my vote is we avoid the bush. I don't know if you like. I'm not very hungry. I just had a nice al dente marrow before we left, so you know. I think perhaps if Piala, I know it's exciting, but maybe don't eat from the berry bush. Of course, this is also a live stream, so maybe it's more entertaining if you do.
Actually, Leafbeard, we passed the stream about 10 minutes past. We're not near the stream anymore.
Oh, true. That's true. But I was talking about the live stream of magic through the forest.
Oh, like an energy force that pervades
Like
all
an
living
energy
creatures.
force that we can all... every
Afraid of
rock
some
and tree and
berries?
creature.
I'll run over and pop one in my mouth.
Oh, Piala!
Very good. Okay, so this is what I need you to do, Piala. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw. Now, because you are a deep gnome, you do have advantage on this. So you'll click on your token, you'll click on saves, and then you'll click on wisdom, and then you can choose advantage, which is going to roll it twice, and it's going to give you the better result.
I'm gonna get prestidigitation powers too. Watch this, guys. Aha! Aha!
Very good. Okay, so you bite into this berry, and it has like just these glowing juices that just go down your cheek, corner of your lip when you bite into it. It is delicious. It is the perfect balance of sweet and tart. It feels like you're just getting your full day's hydration just from biting into this berry. And then for a moment, you feel like you're maybe just gonna fall asleep. You feel so tired. But you shrug it off and you're able to stay awake, and then you feel great. So with this, you're going to get advantage on all of your spell attack throws or spell attack rolls for the rest of the day.
Ooh, so you guys should have eaten the sparkly berries.
And then after you bite into it, the berry in your hand wisps away into like this glowing dust, as does the entire bush.
What?
I don't know. That seems like it's done its job, but now it's whisked itself away, content in its malevolent purpose. I'm just saying.
And after that happens, who's carrying the gold that was paid out to you? Who's like your coin keeper?
I mean, it's
The wardens are coin purse. He's
Yes,
the
he put it right in there.
As I walk, you just kind of hear a jingle from my shell. I carry a lot of gold.
Yeah, and old Leafbeard, you realize that the jingle coming from the coin pouch is actually because you see this little rabbit latched on to his coin purse, and it looks like it's pulling the coin purse apart and trying to throw coins out of the patch.
Can I get to it? Can I grab the little rabbit?
Yeah, you sure can. Go ahead and make me an athletics to grab this thing.
I've got a better plan.
Yeah, if you have a better plan, please present me with said plan.
I can do cantrips. Oh no, that's a whip. I don't want to do that. That'd mess it up. I'm going to entangle it. I'm going to waste a spell because it's a fun game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that a saving throw for the rabbit here?
Yeah. Look, technically, I'm A creature restrained by the entangling plants must make a strength saving throw. How much strength does a tiny thieving rabbit have?
Yeah, you couldn't imagine much.
Couldn't imagine much.
Okay, so it's going to make its strength saving throw here. Well, you wouldn't imagine much until a nat 20 happens.
That rabbit don't skip leg day.
All right. So what does this entangle look like as this tries to entangle the rabbit?
All right. So I'm just going to quickly do this. I'm going to cast the spell just so it uses up my.
Good call.
I'm going to make it appear on the ground. There you go. It's 20 feet.
That is a big entanglement. You get like Wardren in there as well.
Yeah, it's a bit of overkill, but Leafbeard creates the whole ground, just vines just reach up from out of under the soil, and some of them, and a couple of them jump out and head straight for your coin purse, Wardren, trying to grab
evil
this
forest.
rabbit.
It's coming for us. I told y'all the forest was evil. And I start waving my mace around, trying to knock these
They
vines
kind
down.
of snap together to try and catch this rabbit, who I guess it's not a dexterity saving throw. I guess the rabbit does get caught and then just uses its little legs to
Yeah.
pops
So
out the top.
these vines wrap around this rabbit, and you hear these little squeaks as it panics and it starts struggling. And then you just see that it just moves its little rabbit arms and it just rips these vines off like some sort of super strength. And you hear this rabbit talk. Hey, what's the big idea? Can't you see I'm trying to take my guide's fee here?
Your guide's fee? What are you talking about? We don't
Don't
even.
y'all
what do
tip
you-
your guide?
We didn't use you as a guide. I have plenty of animal guides.
You're holding the stone, which means you need a guide.
Why
We're
are
holding
you
the
on my
stone,
body?
which means we have a guide.
I was taking my guide fee. I've been sitting down here shouting at you the whole time.
Oh, I've been shouting. We didn't hear you.
You've been
That's
too
not how it
concerned
works.
about that bush.
Well,
Did
look,
you eat
hey,
the bush?
I mean, one of us ate the bush. Yeah.
Are you okay?
Never been better.
Never been
Oh
better.
man, you must be pretty powerful. I see where you're going to see the spirit guardian. Well, I don't do it for free.
Well, hey, Rabbit, maybe you should negotiate these contracts before you start doing some guiding.
Did you
Hey,
get sent by
tell you what,
Happy?
I'm your business consultant now. Could you give me some gold? Oh, I've been doing business consulting this whole time, little rabbit. Telling you how to do and you
I'm
didn't
not
agree, but
paying
that doesn't
you.
matter. Oh, you're not paying me? Get out of here, you little
Listen,
rabbit.
if Happy sent you, he's too busy smiling and never negotiates things, all right? He's supposed to tell you about the fee. 10 gold coins.
That was not included in our original contract.
Well, it isn't mine, and I don't do contracts. That's just what I charge.
In fact, I would say that you owe us 15 gold for violating my person without my permission.
I had your permission. You're traveling with the stone, all right? Read the forest laws.
Things from Tari over there. I am off limits. I do not have the stone. I have not.
That's
touched the
not how
stone.
it works.
Oh, Warden, sorry. That actually is in the forest laws.
Is that in the
I've read
forest
the
laws?
forest
he would
laws.
know. I can
how they-
feel it
yeah.
on him. He's an expert.
No, I am
I've
sorry.
read.
That is how that is one of the forest laws.
We need to
It's
know
not good
this
law, but,
ahead
you
of
know,
time.
Yeah, sorry, I should have mentioned it. That is the forest law. We got to pay the rabbit.
One of you can roll me a persuasion with advantage, since you're all like arguing this. Except old Leafbeard's not helping you. He's he knows about forest
law. I don't
laws.
know what to do.
Who would like to roll persuasion here with the advantage?
I'll take a shot at it.
Yeah, go for it. Roll some dice. So you'll just click on your token. You'll click skills, and you'll
Okay.
click persuasion. And when I ask you if you want advantage, pick advantage.
I hit the wrong one. Skills.
Also, Andrew, I tried to fix your token there. I'm not sure if it'll work for you.
Yeah,
If it-
I can see ability things pop up now.
Okay,
And that's
cool.
advantage.
Yep, advantage, because some of your allies are also arguing
All
the
right.
legitimacy of this. Okay, so we've got a 19 for your highest roll. So what's your argument here for that you shouldn't pay?
That we were completely unaware of nature law, and even though one of us was aware, he never told us. So therefore, we should not be held liable for laws that we never voted for or were even brought to our attention. And this rabbit had no, he put himself all over Wardren. That's just totally unacceptable.
All right, I'll take it from Happy's pay.
Thank you.
Can I at least have a silver for a snack? I'm starving.
There's a magic bush with berries in the back.
I'm not gonna eat that. That'll kill me.
I'll
I
toss
can't
him a
believe you're
silver
still
coin.
standing there. You toss him a silver coin.
Yeah, from my purse.
Yeah, catches it, and his eyes just go soft and looks so happy. He does like the chitter, 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 and just like devours the silver coin. Ah, thanks.
How cute yet disturbing.
All right, well, I'll take it from Happy. We'll go take you to the Spirit Guardian. What's your names, anyways? You know, I don't care. You didn't pay me. Just follow me.
Oh, sure. Just a very quick sidebar for everybody. If we could have a rabbitless huddle for 1 second.
Absolutely.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, okay.
I'm actively looking for more rabbits because this one snuck up on me. So I'm half listening, but I'm keeping an eye out for rabbits.
Yeah, keep
And
your.
so if we all remember correctly, I'm pretty sure when we went into the forest, Happy was very clear that the forest is going to try and mislead us and be like, hey, I'm an evil enchanted forest. I don't want you to get where you're going.
Oh,
So
but
maybe
this is a rabbit, not a
Yeah,
forest.
but it is. I mean, it is. It is a rabbit, but it is a rabbit that lives in the forest. So
Yeah.
by the transitive property of forests, which is also enshrined in forest law, maybe we don't trust the rabbit because it could be leading us the wrong. I have a small WordPad document of notes that I've kept from the start of this adventure, and it literally just says, "Don't trust the forest."
True.
So I'm thinking maybe we don't trust the rabbit. We give it a good old kick, and then we go and we follow the diamond.
But you are also in the forest, as are all of
True.
us.
True. Interesting.
And
I will believe a
draw my
diamond over a
sword.
rabbit any day.
Terry, you don't feel any intuition anymore that you felt before. It feels to have kind of faded. So you don't have any hunches aside from your own that you formulate anymore.
Tari, how's the diamond feel? Can we keep following your diamond?
How does Tari feel? Does Tari have any inclination one way or the other?
You're not getting any anymore. It just looks
Not
like a
getting
pretty
anything.
diamond.
Can I carry it now? I like the shinies.
No offense, but we were told that the purest of hearts should carry it, and I still think that is me.
Okay.
No, the purest of heart is whoever's donated the most to this charity drive. If you want to prove that you're the purest of heart, go to gofundme.com/f/games kits for at-risk youth of Westwood Prep.
The link is also in chat if you don't want to try and understand everything that was just
Go
said
to
and type it manually.
https://
Speaking of, we're going to do a giveaway because we're up to 710 guys, which is insane.
Go, y'all.
So last chance, do a quick exclamation point, enter, and then we'll do a giveaway. Production, if I'm speaking things wrong, will you please just tell the good people how to do it? But I think that's what you need to do. By the way, behind the scenes today is our wonderful Katie from Level 1 Geek, who's going to answer all your questions in chat today. She is wonderful, so thank you, Katie. All right, so we'll do that, and then in just a moment, we will do a giveaway. So what are you guys doing?
Well,
We
Tari,
trust
I would
the rabbit or
argue
not?
that the purest in heart would not make such a big point about claiming that they're the purest in heart, because that seems a tad egotistical to me, and I would be a
Ooh.
little concerned now about the direction of this here gem. We do know that Sovis cares about the kids and is here to help the kids. That seems awfully pure. It's just an idea. I'm just, I'm only the one of us who knows all about what the gods think. So, listen to me or don't.
This is the one thing where I actually have pure intentions. I will put myself first in just about everything else. But when it is the kids, I got a soft spot. And this 17-year-old, gonna be corrupted, whatever. She needs our help. Here we are.
Oh, well, you make a good point. Tari will reluctantly kind of hand you over the gem.
Thank you.
Okay, very good.
As soon as Sorvis has the gem, I just quickly whisper in his ear, I'm like, we could sell that very quickly for a very large amount of money.
So quickly, but not yet.
Okay, just keep it in mind.
I got a guy.
Yeah, I got a guy.
She has a guy for everything.
Now, is Sorvis lying about his intentions at all there?
He is not. This is the one time where he is 100% legit. He does have a soft spot for the kids.
Very good. Also, congratulations to Johnny Stantoniv, our first giveaway winner. So we'll get your information there. We'll get you either a set of dice or a custom set of dice from Real Life Unicorn. We got some stuff to give away. So thank you very much. As soon as you take this gem service, you roll me a perception. Actually, no, you need to roll me a will save is what you need to roll me.
Will save.
So you're going to click on your token, click on, or not will, wrong system, wisdom. You roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. Is that under skills?
It'll be under saves.
Saves.
Mhm.
Wisdom. All
and
right.
you're not going to roll advantage or disadvantage, just normal.
Okie dokie.
Oh no!
Well,
Okay.
see what happened was
Yeah, you take that diamond, and you also just don't feel anything. You just feel like you're holding a very expensive diamond.
well, then I'm definitely feeling something.
Yes, the very pricey, expensive looking diamond.
Well, look, it seems to me if the diamond's not giving us any hints at the moment, the question is just, do we follow the rabbit?
Not thrilled about the whole rabbit thing, but we have no other leads, and this kid needs help, so we gotta do something.
Piala?
I'm good on the rabbit. I mean, the bush was good. I think the rabbit's good. I'm all in on this haunted forest.
That bush really wasn't that good. I think you got lucky. Okay, well, I suppose are we all on board with following this little thief into the darkness?
Hey, who you calling a thief?
Hey, this
We're
was
calling
a
a thief the
rabbitless
person who
huddle.
went inside my shell and took money
I
out of
heard
it without
thief.
my
I
permission.
imagine you were talking about me.
You know, you have to respect the sanctity of the huddle.
Y'all
Please.
taking so long. I got things to do.
Okay, let's go. We're following you.
About time. Let's go.
Stupid little thief.
Okay. So you guys follow this rabbit. He goes hopping along quite a bit faster than all of you, but he pauses every once in a while, stands up on his hind legs, ears perk up as he waits for y'all to catch up. And as you're traveling into these woods, they start to get darker and darker. It should not be nighttime yet, but the trees start to get less pretty. They get to duller colors. Some of them even get like this unnatural navy blue glow to them. And everything just starts to look a lot more sinister. Any of you who don't have dark vision are going to have a hard time seeing as you go deeper into these woods. Does anybody have any sort of lighting solution?
I have a hooded lantern.
Yeah, you're going to
No.
light up a lantern?
Yeah.
And I have the light cantrip.
Good. Are you going to light something up as well, Wardren?
Yeah, I'd probably light up my. I've got a little shield with the symbol of, my goddess on it. Kind of give it a little glow.
Awesome. Yeah,
I also
Piala's.
I have the Druidcraft cantrip, so I'm going to light the top of my hat, which now canonically is a candle.
Love it. Yeah, Piala, as you guys first start wandering in, your dark vision eyes, everything kind of looks black and white. You see just fine. Then your vision kind of adjusts back as all this light source gets provided through lanterns and a candle hat and a shield. Yeah, are you anything else you're going to continue following into this darker portion of forest?
Well, I'm feeling right at home here in this deep darkness, so I'm forging right ahead.
Okay. Yeah, you guys follow this rabbit. You see it hopping ahead, and its hops get a bit slower and a bit slower. And as you guys are following it, it looks like this rabbit starts decaying from back to front. You can see its fur just disappears into bone, and it eventually just becomes this skeletal rabbit. And it hops up on its hind legs, and it turns around to you, and its bony teeth shatter. And I need everybody to make me a Constitution saving throw.
So the rabbit has hopped into the moonlight. Suddenly it's turned into a skeleton. Does
The
it
rabbit
turn
of the
around and
Caribbean.
say, "You'd best start believing in ghost stories"?
And we get that silver back.
Yeah, does the silver fall out of its little bony tummy?
Yes.
Silver
when it
seems
stole-
already completely vanished.
When it stole the gold pieces from Wardren's pouch, did Wardren have like some kind of old Aztec curse the bunny incurred, and now it needs to give the gold back.
I need some kind of cursed coin.
This is how a one shot becomes a full on campaign.
Exactly.
Is
Sorry,
this
what are we rolling?
Is it a saving throw or an ability check?
So this will be a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Bill, its name is Jack Rabbit Sparrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Sparrow.
Oh, my rolls have been so good, everybody.
Fire.
Okay. So Sorvis, I need one from you as well.
I did one. I had a 4.
Oh, a 4. Okay, very good.
No,
Yeah.
you definitely didn't do one. No.
Yeah, I know. I totally should hit that
Yeah.
again. Yeah.
I actually do think
Are
I think
sure
you did a
That
wisdom
fall-
saving
That
throw.
falls from your wisdom.
Oh, I did
from
do wisdom.
holding
My
the gem.
bad.
Yeah, so
Thought
go and
that
do a
was-
Constitution one here.
Constitution. All right, I like that much better.
That is much better. Okay. So we've got Piala and Wardren. What did you get here? Oh, you got an 8. I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sorvis and Old Leafbeard and Piala, you guys are fine. You feel like kind of this dark energy radiate. You can almost see the air ripple in kind of this dark hue as the rabbit's teeth chatter. But you're able to withstand it. Tarragon and Warjan, this feels horrible. And the rest of you, as you see Tarragon and Warjan, you can see that it looks like they start to age a bit. I don't know how old you are currently, but you see the signs of aging start to kind of speed up on them a little bit. And you guys are going to take
Look
some
like
damage.
a couple of silver foxes.
Okay, you are both going to take 16 negative damage.
Oh, that's great. Negative damage is healing.
And
I'd
after
understand.
that wave radiates out, the aging does not seem to reverse. You guys do look a bit older, maybe 5 to 10 years older than you were before. And then the rabbit just falls away to a pile of bones. As soon as the rabbit falls to a pile of bones, Sorvis, you get this inclination come over you that you know the right way to go. And you've been going the wrong way.
So we should not have followed the rabbit. That's okay.
I think
Yeah.
And Terry
So,
tipped him for this.
Yeah. Can I double check the bone pile for the silver just in case?
You
I
sure
see
can. And it just appears to be a pile of bones.
Dang it. So can I take a look at the diamond? Are we getting anything out of the diamond?
It's not glowing. You don't see anything from it, but you just have this really strong feeling that you do know the way to go. And it
I
is backtracking and going the other way.
Let's turn around. I believe in this. I have a feeling, guys. This kid needs our help. Let's turn back around and start heading this direction.
But before we do, did anybody grab? You know how we keep that cabinet full of healing potions in the bar? Did anybody grab one?
Canonically, we have like 200 healing potions, I believe.
I recall that. I recall being intentional
Yeah.
about that after the rat
As
situation.
part of the build-up of the campaign. Yeah, I've got 50.
It was really
Yeah,
heavy.
You guys definitely did have 4 healing potions from the tavern.
Each, right?
Oh.
If I recall.
I believe it was split.
Mm. Since there are 5 of us, it seems like poor planning on somebody's part.
Oh,
but,
I don't need healing potions.
Oh, well, I accidentally put my one in the soup one time. It's fine.
How was it one time the soup tasted really good? That kind of makes sense. I mean,
Was it? Yeah.
well, you
It was
know,
warm and
I'm
hearty.
really glad you enjoyed it.
I did. Thank you. You should put it in more often. Except we really could use it now. But
Yeah. Mm.
has anybody
Well,
got one of
yeah,
those they can share?
You've got one, I think.
Oh,
Canonically.
I do. Look,
Please
I can
drink
take
from
on
it.
Michelle. And I assume it's just a standard healing potion, so
Just a
1d4 plus something.
Let's see here. You guys actually have. It is a potion of healing, so 2d4 plus 4.
2d4 plus 4.
Yeah.
I'm just rolling manually because that's a 1 plus 2, 3. So 7 points of healing. That feels
You down 1
ineffective.
for 7 healing. Would you like to down another one?
Well, who else got hurt?
Tari needs one.
Me.
Ari.
Well, Tari,
I went
Take
from
2
an
each.
elf to a slightly more distinguished elf.
it's a good look on you. Do you mind? I can give you a little healing right now if you'd appreciate that.
I would very much appreciate it. Thank you, friend.
And I'll
I feel like
put-
aging 5 to 10 years for an elf And
a tortoise.
That's true. You
Owen's
guys
gonna
probably
change.
didn't even
Yeah.
have much change, really.
I was thinking, I was like, this is the
I'll
best
never
case
reach my
scenario.
900th birthday.
That's
So,
funny. I didn't even think about that.
I put my hand on their shoulder and cast Cure Wounds. Oh, nice. To give them 11 points back.
Okay, so 11 to Tari.
Yes. And
Very
I'll go ahead and burn one more on myself to, not as good. Give myself 9 points back.
You just
Good.
heal yourself? Don't you have healing powers?
Yeah, I use the healing powers to heal myself. That's how that functions.
What does your healing magic look like when
Oh,
you
so
do
not
that?
the potion. Okay.
Yeah.
It's so I'm a fairly like distinguished, kind of rough around the edges, turtle, and it's very odd when I heal myself. It's very sparkly and kind of pink, and I look a little aggravated. Like anytime like I do my magic, I'm like, yeah, she always does this, and it's kind of very glittery, and you kind of hear like little bells and laughter.
And he always tells us not to make eye contact with him while it's happening.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me. You're fine. We're all healed. Let's move on. We're not talking about it.
Very good. Okay, yeah. So Wardren does some magic, heals you both up. So you only drink one of those potions there, correct? Okay.
Correct.
Good stuff. Sorbus, are you leading the way? Are you guys following Sorbus?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got the diamond, I've got the intuition, I've got the. We gotta go find this kid. So let's march. Follow me, folks. Let's roll.
Okay, very good. You guys follow Sorbus, and he leads you kind of on the edge of these darker woods. Like there's almost like this clear, defined line between the green, lush, colorful forest and this dark forest. And it does eventually lead you back into the dark forest, though this portion doesn't look quite so sinister. It's dark, and it appears to almost look like nighttime, but there's kind of some bright blues and darker colors, but it's still beautiful in its own way. And you get the intuition to be led into there. And as you're following Sorbus into these dark woods, your same light source is still applying here. You guys come across this beautiful pool of glittering water. It seems to almost have a faint glow to it. And Sorbus, your intuition stops. You feel like this is the place you need to be.
For the record, I do not like being up front. I will gladly step back as soon as I possibly can. But yeah, I feel like this is it. This is where it's going to happen, and we need to really take a hard look at what's going on around us here. So, Leafbeard, you know the forest. What do we got here?
Okay. First of all, have I ever seen we seem like we're in a bit more of a natural state of forest. Do I know this pool? Have I ever?
You do recognize this pool, though it didn't glow before. This area looks familiar. It was never darkened like this. It was never looking quite so magical, but it looks familiar.
So you're sure the diamond led us here, right? You feel like this is where we need to be?
I do.
Well,
This
I
is
think
it.
maybe this pool might help move us forward. I know we shouldn't trust the forest, but maybe we trust the diamond?
I
I
agree.
don't know.
Yeah, I'll drink from the pool.
Okay, gonna go up and take a sip.
Yeah, Leafbeard walks up. You know, they've got a lovely tall yew wood staff with little berries attached, and they kneel down by the pond and put the staff down and very reverently dip both hands into the pool and take a sip, sits down and waits, see what happens.
Yeah, as soon as that water touches your lips, you guys feel the earth quake just very subtly. And then you see this pool starts to swirl around, and it swirls around, and it makes kind of this vortex in the center. And then instead of the vortex going down, it looks like it inverts, and you see like this large serpentine pattern of water rise up. The entire pool of water grows bigger than it should to make this big snake-looking figure. Let's go over to our next very pretty map here. And as this serpentine water reaches its peak, it
I
seems to
throw a Pokeball.
almost become... You throw a Pokeball. As you should. Seems to almost turn into a solid figure with these large glowing horns and glowing eyes. And you guys can see this serpentine creature just towering over you. It leans its head down really low and gets its face close to old Leafbeard. And it looks like it smells you for a bit. It gives you a couple of sniffs.
Who is disturbing my pool by drinking from it?
Hello. My name is Leafbeard. I meant no disrespect. I wanted to partake in these mystical waters to bring myself closer to the spirits of the forest.
So you seek the spirit guardian.
Oh, we do. All of us seek the spirit guardian. We wish to be given our new names so we can help rid the world of the terrors that are plaguing it.
You smell of the woods. You're familiar with this place.
Yeah, I am. I keep losing my voice. I'm back. Hello, it's me, old Leafbeard. I am. I'm familiar with these forests. I've lived here for quite some time.
I believe your intentions. Let's start with you then, old Leafbeard.
The snake kind of raises up and it looks at each of you and kind of looks from one to the other and stares, maybe a little bit uncomfortably long at each of you.
Each of you seek a spirit name then?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're here to influence the girl, Snow.
Yes.
Right. We're here to save her and let her make her own choices.
You're not
Unless
here
they
to
make
help her
choices.
kill the forest.
No.
No.
Hopefully
we want to
not.
help her save the forest.
Well then, old Leafbeard, tell me, if you have a hero spirit, what does this girl need? What do you have to offer to help her? What can you do to fend off corruption?
Leafbeard isn't going to say anything. What Leafbeard is going to do is he's going to put out his hand, and sitting on the palm of his hand is like a little acorn. And while it sits in his hand, it suddenly starts to sprout and grow, and a little shoot sort of goes up from his hand, and starts to, and a little leaf comes off, and it starts to grow, and it's nurturing in the palm of his hand, which is also there's soil on his hand. He's a druid, and that's all he does.
I see. You have a bond with those living things around you, be they plants, animals, or other beings. I trust you. I give you the name of friendship, and you are to disperse any distrust in this girl. Do you understand?
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
When in these woods you go by no other name, or this power will fleet from you.
Well,
Who is
call me
next?
friendship.
I'll go next.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry. Yeah, you go ahead.
Approach me. Let me get a smell of you.
Tari will confidently walk forward and stand next to Friendship.
The serpent bends down, gives you a couple sniffs.
Takes courage to step up next. A being of my size difference to yours. You intend to help the girl?
Yes.
I believe you. You led a good ways here. You stepped up next. I give you the name of courage. Go by no other name in these woods.
Thank you. I'll cherish it. And I'll give a slight bow.
Who is next?
I push Piala forward.
And I step backwards.
I was hiding. I was hiding behind him, and I kind of like screech forward and hello there. I'm a good sorceress, the good kind.
Bends down and gives you a couple sniffs.
Yes, but you were not always that way. I can smell your past.
Well, but I am reformed now, and I actually am. I would like to take out these evil sorceresses. They are giving us a bad name.
And you wish to help the girl.
I do. I do. This is.
Would you steal from the helpless if given the chance, Piala?
No. Oh no. I only steal from the bad guys.
I suppose noble in its own way. Noble enough to come a long ways and do good after what you have been through. It's not an easy change. I give you the name of endurance. You oppose apathy. Only go by this name in the woods.
Okay, endurance. I run back, and as I run back to the group, I give Sorvis a kick in the behind and toss him forward.
As you go forward, bends down, gives you a sniff.
You wield the gem. You trusted it. And I see that you care for this girl. I can smell it on your heart. I give you the name of love. You oppose hate. You go by no other name in these woods.
It's a lovely little bow and backs away gracefully.
That just leaves one. You
I
join
think we're all
your
good.
companions.
I think we're all done. We all got names, right? Every single one of us got names, and so I think we're prepared to. Because evolutionarily speaking, this is very uncomfortable. For
It lurches forward and gets right in front of your face.
Oh,
I call you prevarication.
I'm glad I did not give you the name of courage, for you seem to be lacking it. Though I do smell on you serenity,
fair.
and this will be your name. You will oppose anger. I know your God. You follow well.
I do what I can. I suppose a little serenity. Never hurt anybody. I'm a leaf on the wind,
I see what you did there. The serpent nods and it stands up straight again.
Keep hold of the gem and trust it. The dwarves are waiting for you. I see them now.
And then with a big rush of water, this thing just turns back into water and it goes crashing down back into the pool like a waterfall, just falling back into this pool. And the pool settles unnaturally quickly. It's just a couple of ripples and it starts to glow again. And then slowly that glow fades away. And with that, we will go to break. We are going to give our players a 10-minute break. So we'll be back at just about 11:40 Mountain Time. So stick around, chat. Go check out our GoFundMe. Have fun chatting with each other. And we will be right back, everyone. All right. Welcome back, fellow geeks, to our very awesome fundraising stream today. We're so happy to see so many of you there in chat. I'm going to stop my phone from beeping. It's probably been doing that all stream. I'm so sorry, everyone, but it has been silenced. But yeah, we appreciate you guys sticking around while we took a break. We appreciate seeing these funds just go up. You guys are so awesome donating to this awesome cause that I think we're going to do another giveaway. So production's going to put in a winner here. Now this giveaway is awesome. And I didn't mention at the beginning, but Andrew here is going to be helping us give away a $100 gift card to Dwarven Forge, which if you haven't seen Dwarven Forge, it is awesome and you should definitely check it out. So production, Katie, if you please, let's go ahead and do that giveaway. And while we're waiting for that, I would also like to point out that I forgot to mention at the beginning, this gorgeous animated overlay that you see in the back here and on the Be Right Back screen is from Kat here. So we appreciate it very much, Kat. It is awesome. It is so fairy tale themed and it's beautiful. Also, RLU, congratulations for winning the Dwarven Forge gift card.
Nice.
All right. So I think that was it. Before we left, all of our heroes have just received their spirit name from the Spirit Guardian, which was this very large serpent creature on this very beautiful map here from Cheyenne-Peku. They were given their names. They were told to go find the dwarves and that they were waiting for them. And that is where we left off. So this Spirit Guardian has now crashed back into the water. There is just a pond full of water again. It is not glowing. And Sorbus, you were holding the gem. And what was that?
It's not his name.
Yeah.
I'm messing up. Love, you were holding the gem.
I can't say I'm super thrilled with this new name. Like,
Oh, really? I love it.
I've been called a lot of things. This is not
And
one of them.
now, Love.
Yeah. So,
Now,
yeah.
Love, you
I
were
think
holding the
it
gem.
suits you.
Just don't tell anybody about this. Just help this kid and get out of here. And we gotta open in a couple hours anyways. Let's just.
I'm gonna use
work.
prestidigitation to like have heart-shaped sparkles appear around Love.
Best use of prestidigitation ever.
Yeah.
Lovely Dovey's Dive Bar. I think it's catchy. We should rename the tavern.
I'm not against this. We can talk about this
Branding.
later. Yes.
Branding. Now, notably, for the first time, as you're holding this gem, it glows. It appears to be glowing with the same color, that same blue hue that you saw glowing on the Spirit Guardian's horns. And when you look at the gem, you almost feel like you can see the Spirit Guardian's face just ever so faintly, transparently inside of that gem. And you feel like you know the way to go.
I do. I know exactly which way to go. It's whatever way you tell me to go.
Yeah, absolutely. It's east. You gotta go east.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Feel east. Let's go east.
And old friendship. Now, before, when you felt like you knew the way to go, you're very confident about it. As this water guardian collapsed and this gem starts glowing, you almost feel like the whole forest spins and rotates as if you were very disoriented before. And now everything makes sense. And you feel like you know where you are. You remember this pond, and you feel like you also know the right way towards the forest. And it does line up with Love's. You do feel like you also have to go east. So are you guys heading east?
I think so.
Everything
Very good.
about me says go east, but the fact that old friendship agrees with me, and the last time we followed him, we ran into a youth stealing rabbit. I'm a little
Actually, I
concerned
think
about
that was my fault. So I'm
That one.
totally
I
on
believe
board
you'll
to
find
go
I
east.
specifically said let's not follow the rabbit, and the direction I said was away from the rabbit. So
Is that the way it went down? I don't know.
Because I do also recall him arguing to pay the rabbit, bringing up something about forest law very unnecessarily
now,
into the
there's
argument.
precedent for that. That's not my fault. I was just quoting case law in forest law.
Yeah.
I will say
I
this is
agree
this is the
with-
third kind of law that Bill has stated on my streams. There was
Yes,
like caravan
there was
law.
Caravan law on another stream.
There was
as well. I'm sure
something
there's
else
something.
too, but Bill is like the lawyer of the fantasy realms.
Well, it's not my. You introduced forest law. So it looks like a shroud has been lifted from the forest, and I agreed that east is where we'll find those dwarves.
Let's roll east.
Hi ho,
Maybe-
it's off to work we go, you know?
Maybe that one with an interestingly thick French accent will talk to us this time. I heard him mumbling as I was leaving. I thought, what an interesting voice. So maybe when we get back, they can lead the negotiations. I will never know. I suppose we'll find out when we get there.
Very good. Okay. You guys head east. And you're traveling for quite some time, maybe a good half an hour on foot. And as you guys are heading that direction, you eventually see all 7 of these dwarves. You can see them all gathered up, standing just kind of reverently, as if they had been expecting you. And you do see Driven, who was introduced earlier, who has not spoken before, waves happily. Oh, I did not see that you were approaching so quickly. Did you get your spirit names?
Before we do anything, because I remember a rabbit that turned into bones, I'm going to very surreptitiously use Eyes of the Grave, just to make sure that none of these dwarves are undead. I can see any undead. I know the location of any undead within 60 feet of me that isn't behind total cover and isn't protected from divination magic.
None of them, well, yeah, no, none of them are undead.
Well,
Technically,
that's
none of
fine.
them are undead.
Also,
And
that
no
that
secret
terrible
undead
accent was
rabbits
Bill's
anywhere?
fault. So
Okay.
thank you, Bill.
Yes, thank you, Bill.
Yeah, we have our new names. My name is Friendship. You can call me Old Friendship. We don't need to change up the manner in which you address me, just the specific name.
So y'all did it. I'm so happy
We got
for
our
you.
names. Let's move forward to whatever comes next. We don't need to talk about our names.
Oh, please, would you like to tell them your name?
I would not, thank you.
Are you sure, love?
It's important
that you
for
wouldn't
us
want
to
tell
know.
them your name.
I am Love.
A powerful name. Nothing to be ashamed of.
You should hug yourself while you say it. It'll help.
No.
I'll
And don't
gently
any of you
hug
touch
Love.
me either.
We all hug Love. We come in here. We're all
Group
hugging
hug
Love.
on Love.
Group hug!
Let's get in here.
I
Everybody
need
hug Love.
I need an adult.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
No.
I imagine the spirit guardian told you what y'all opposed. Is that right?
Yes, but I forgot mine because I wasn't really sure. I didn't realize that was the format of our names, and I didn't pay any attention.
I really kind of checked
What
out
was
after
what
Love.
was your name?
Mine was Friendship.
Friendship opposes distrust.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, as we draw out these corruptions from the girl, you may see manifestations of such things. It could benefit you to make sure you're opposing the one of your name given to you. They'll have special powers over him.
Oh, is this how you guys got your names?
It is. Though, as I said, we're not the fighting type. We have our abilities elsewhere. We have our purposes. And today that purpose is going to be in ritual. Now, Snow, she's been cursed to not see us anymore. We were dear friends of the girl, but she doesn't even remember us. Nor will she be able to see us. We'll be like ghosts to her. So, this is all for you. You need to make sure that you don't let anything happen to her while we perform this ritual. She's already begun her own ritual, but it's corrupted. It's going to twist her power. We're going to change it. Overthrow the sorceress's power to something more good and pure.
We'll protect her.
Very good. And protect us at all costs. If even one of us is to get interrupted from this ritual, it could go south. Good.
We got you.
Courage will like readjust their shield in a I got this kind of manner.
Well then, onward. Lead the way. We'll be behind you. The gem should tell you where to go.
I believe we should let Love lead the way.
All right, let's take a look at this gem. Where are we going?
So,
I got it.
Yep, you lead the way. It is still pulling you east, and you follow it. And shortly after, maybe a good 10 minutes of walking, you guys come upon these great ruins that are just protruding out of the ground, making kind of a circular shape. The forest is still dark here with those kind of dark blues and glows, but you guys do have your light sources taken care of. And in the center of these ruins, you see a young girl. Yeah, I can show some artwork. With just these silvery blue eyes, this pale white hair. She looks young, about 17, matching the description. But she's suspended in the air, just floating there. And as you're approaching, you hear Happy whisper behind you, "That's Snow. The ritual's already begun." And you can see almost like these dark tendrils of energy coming from pillars on these ruins that seem to be suspending her up in the air. Her expression is blank. She seems almost just completely apathetic. And she slowly floats and turns towards all of you as you approach. "Who's there? Who approaches?"
What's this?
Just speak to her. We'll start the ritual.
It's a friend. I come to you in the spirit of friendship. What you doing there?
I don't need any friends here. This is a private ritual. You need to leave now.
You always need friends. You know, even when things are private, we don't need to discuss what you're doing, but you can always have some support.
You guys can see
How
that
can we help?
the dwarves are like fanning out and kind of making a half circle around these rituals. They all seem to be standing in very particular spots. I already told you what you can do to help. You can leave. You're not supposed to be here.
Well, I'm so sorry, but that's the one thing we can't do.
You're gonna get hurt.
Why? Are you gonna hurt us?
I don't know. Maybe. What if I did?
Well, I mean, I'd still be your friend, but there are people that that are counting on you not to do the wrong thing here.
So stop it. Stop being so nice. Just go. Why won't you go?
Because I'm your friend, Snow. Really, all you need is love.
Go.
Love steps forward begrudgingly. Listen, kid, you got a lot of people here who care about you. They sent us here. Maybe they paid us. That's not what we're here to talk about. But we're here to help you. They're worried about you, and we're worried about you. I am here to help you oppose hate. If there is any hate in your heart, let me help you. You have a lot of friends here, and we're here to help.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Everything you say isn't making sense. Why don't you leave? All of you just leave.
I sense some dark forces, guys. You've got this. We're here to help you, save you from this corruption.
You don't even know me. Who are you?
We're your friends.
You have to know somebody to be a friend. We've never met.
We're here on behalf of your friends. You don't need to be afraid.
I don't have any friends. I've always been alone.
That isn't true.
You don't know me?
Well, we do know you. I was you once. And so I know how you feel. And you can get past this, but you'll need some friends to help you.
Get past what? I'm just getting stronger. That's what my mom said.
Power is a heavy burden, but people can help you take on that responsibility. You don't have to be afraid. You can use that power for good.
Why doesn't everybody here make me a persuasion?
Because we might fail that. That's why.
We will take the highest result here. So everybody can go ahead and roll it. So click your token, your skill, and persuasion, and everybody roll with advantage.
Nice.
That's a good roll, guys.
Ooh, that was a good roll there for Tarragon.
We're just throwing their dice at each other.
Take it.
There's the nat 20 with Warjern, who's just been very serene in the background.
I'm Serenity. I'm here to oppose the 40-hour work week.
She seems to just pause, and the apathetic expression kind of fades to furrowed brows, and she seems like she's thinking. And then you guys hear this more sinister voice almost on the wind. No, leave her be. You're not supposed to be here. You're interfering. What do you guys do?
No.
And with that, those
How you like
dark
them apples?
tendrils around Snow seem to thicken and glow with this dark pulsing purple energy, and it looks like her body just goes rigid as she floats, and her arms seem to be forced outstretched. You see that her white eyes kind of fade to this dark, misty, cloudy black, and she opens her mouth as if she's going to scream, and this mist starts just pouring out of her mouth and creating these figures surrounding her. And let's go ahead and change scenes. to another beautiful map here.
I'm excited.
Okay. You guys are back here. So you can see all of you there. The dwarves have kind of formed themselves in a half circle around this place. Snow is in the center of these ruins here, and you just see these horrible looking creatures starting to apparate around her from the mist. Let's go ahead and you guys can situate yourselves kind of where you want down here. If you want somebody to be closer up the front, you can do that. Move yourselves freely. And then we're going to roll initiative.
How do you move your character?
So you should just be able to click and drag them. Oops, sorry. I'm going to move all of you on accident. Does it let you move your character, PG?
Did it?
Let's see. I may need to do
No.
this.
Oh,
I may have
maybe.
an now try.
No.
Let's see. If you click on the top left of your screen, there's like a little person picture. And then when you click that, there's a little square right next to it. If you click
Okay.
both of those, now can you move it?
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Wonderful. All right. So can everybody move their tokens okay? Good. So I'm going to play everybody initiative. Just for ease, I'm going to roll initiative for everybody.
Sorry, I have one more question. Is there a way I can move the map? Because right now I'm just zoomed in on the very
Yeah. Are
bottom.
you using a mouse?
Yes.
If you right click and drag, it should move you
Right
around
click
the
and
map.
okay, there we go.
And then the mouse wheel should zoom you in and out.
Okay, got it.
It is quite a large map here, so you can kind of get a look at what's going on. All right, let's go to combat music now. John or anybody who's unfamiliar, going to initiative means we're basically entering turn by turn combat rounds. And initiative is what we're going to roll to see the turn order of everything. So I'm going to put all of the enemies in here as well.
I'd like to say we are doing so well on donations.
Yeah, we are up to 892, everybody, which is just
Awesome.
absolutely
Thank you,
crazy.
everybody.
Hey, would you like to
and then
show
also
you
we
another
have
random character sheet from my bucket of old character sheets?
Yeah, we have another giveaway winner too. So let's do another giveaway here. Bill, go ahead and show that off while production takes care of that.
Here's a character sheet from one of the first the games that I played from the first time I ever played role-playing games back when I was 14 years old. This is not that old a character sheet. This is a character sheet from the Iron Crown game MERP, Middle-earth Role-Playing. Classic D100 table lookup based Middle-earth RPG. This is a character who's a Sindarin elf. There you go. They speak a bunch of languages like Westron, Sindarin, Sylvan, Quenya, Atladuk, and Rohirric. So he can talk with all the Rohirrim. What a fun little character that is.
It's amazing. Man, we're getting like just lots of Bill backstory today. It's great. We're not even redeeming Bill facts. We're just getting them. So the next winner of our giveaway is Peaceful Orans. So yeah, we'll be in contact, get your information, and congratulations.
Congrats.
Won yourself a nice set
Right.
of dice.
Woo.
Nice.
Okay, so I am going to roll initiative for everybody here, and then we will go over these creatures here. So this is the initiative order. We have distrust, sorvis, apathy, anger, fear. Oh, I'm saying that. Sorry, we have distrust, love, apathy, anger, fear, courage, friendship, hate, endurance, and serenity is our initiative order here. Now, as you guys see these creatures apparate, you feel drawn to the one that you're supposed to oppose. You just instinctually know what it is. So this one here is distrust, and they're all quite large. This just looks like a tall, looming, old, ragged woman with this sinister expression on her face. Fear just looks like this horrible, terrifying looking beast with razor sharp teeth. It's tall and lanky with razor sharp claws and tentacles coming from its shoulders. Apathy just looks like this expressionless blob of flesh that towers over a normal human. Hate is this disgusting looking disformed creature that just has bulbous growths all over it, sharp teeth, nasty looking eyes. And anger just looks like the form of a large humanoid made of flame. And that is what we have. So as these things start to apparate, you hear Happy shout out, "We need to start the ritual. Protect us. Slay these beasts, heroes. We'll see if we can put an end to it."
Could I very quickly argue for a free action, seeing that we are very clearly walking into a bad situation? Perhaps I would have cast a spell.
Absolutely. Yeah. If there's something you guys clearly would have done in preparation, go for it.
So I would have just kind of seen what was going on. I would have, shook my mace a little bit, and you actually would have seen some water, a very like bright pink and sparkly water come flying out, and it would have hit. Let's see who it would have gone on. Let's say it would have gone on love, courage, and endurance, and you are all now blessed, which means that whenever you make an attack roll or saving throw, you can roll an additional d4 and add that to the to your attack roll or saving throw.
Ooh.
So just keep a d4 next to you. Remember that you can throw that on top of your saving throws or attacks.
And if you guys have a physical d4, you can roll that. Or if you guys ever need extra dice to roll, if you look at the bottom left of your bar on your Foundry screen, there's a picture of a dice. That has a quick dice roller for any of the dice sizes. You can roll any number of any of those dice right there quickly and easily.
Okay.
So we have oh, sorry, did you have a question?
Yeah. Can I also cast a spell?
Yeah, please do.
I would like to cast Blade Ward. That's
Very nice.
shield. Is that only for one person?
Yeah, I believe that one's just on yourself, if I remember correctly. And that protects you. Basically, it makes you take 50% less damage from all physical attacks, I believe.
Then I'm going to go ahead and roll that. Do I need to just click it?
That one just happens. That's just a spell that you cast on yourself. Tell us what it looks like, though. What does this blade look like?
So I raise my hands up and I just trace a quick sigil in the air, and you can see it in a glowing pattern, and it's sparkling, and eventually as it's complete, it slowly dissolves into this dust and coats me, and now I'm slightly shimmery.
That's so cool. Love it. Yeah, that is awesome. All right. So
Can I also cast a spell?
Yeah, we got so many spellcasters. Go for it.
It's the only spell I know, and I would like to cast Prestidigitation again on my sword.
And what is it gonna do?
It's gonna make my sword look like it's on fire. Now it doesn't. It's not actually on fire. It just looks like it's on fire.
Yeah, I mean that is all you need right there.
But fear doesn't know that.
It's very true. Awesome. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so you guys get these spells cast. You're casting these spells as these apparitions are forming here. And then Distrust is the first one to lurch forward here. Now, Distrust is going to go running towards Sorvis here. And you just see this tall, lanky, threatening woman come running at you, and she raises up this clawed hand and swings it down, and she's actually going to slow, and just looks like she tries to tap a clawed finger to your forehead. Boop. So this is going to be against your armor class, which is for you, John, 14, and she got a 22. So she is gonna hit. And
Can I
now
use
need
my reaction?
Oh yeah, please do.
As a protector, since I think I'm standing next to Love.
You sure are? You're right there.
I can, since I'm wielding a shield, I can impose disadvantage.
Wonderful. So disadvantage means that this Distrust is going to roll again and take the worst result.
As I hold up my shield and try to defend you, but oh boy.
But oh boy, did the DM roll really mean on that attack there. Yeah, so now you're going to make me a wisdom saving throw, Love.
All right, so that is saves, wisdom, normal.
It will be normal. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Doesn't
so
look
that
good.
so a 10. Now you kind of flinch this large creature coming towards you, and when it touches your forehead, you see out of the corner of your eye Tari is trying to protect you, but you flinch. You feel like Tari is trying to attack you here, and you instinctually just reach out. You quickly draw one of your short swords and you stab at Tari to defend yourself. So this is against your will.
My bad.
I'm gonna make an attack with your character here. And Tari, I imagine a 7 is probably gonna miss your armor class.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Okay.
I was like,
Yeah,
there's no
it's
Tari
Tari.
here.
I was like, oh, okay, think about it. Your heavy armor is not doing you well. Oh yeah, no, Tari, courage. Man, you guys are doing better than I am. It's great. Okay, that is Distrust's turn. So it now makes it Love, you're up. Now in combat, you can move 30 feet in any order. You can move that throughout the turn whenever. And then you have an action that you can use to do things like attack or use your abilities. And you also have something called a bonus action that you can use to either disengage or dash. So you can use your bonus action to move or get away from something.
I do want to move away from courage because I don't want to accidentally take a swing at them again. So I would like to step away from them and then take an actual swing at Distrust.
Very good. Yeah, so as you step away from courage, you do feel that effect wear off, and you know that you were just overreacting. They were trying to help you. Okay, yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll. And for that, you can click your character. Under inventory, you can click your short sword.
Okay.
And in the chat, it will pop up attack and damage. You'll roll the attack first to see if it hits.
All right.
And a 16 will hit. So now you're going to go ahead, you're going to roll the damage, and you are engaging this with an ally, so sneak attack is going to apply. So you will also add in an extra 2d6 of damage.
All right, so I hit damage, and is that critical hit or normal?
Normal.
Normal.
And then you can click that quick dice roller for the 2d6 extra if you would like. That's probably the easiest way to do that.
There's a 6-2. D6-2?
Yep. So you do a total of 11 damage there to Distrust. You just stab at it with your short sword here.
Yep.
Yeah, you stab at this. It cuts into it, and what should normally be blood as you cut just kind of turns to this dark black mist. You're going to regret that, love.
Probably.
Okay. And so you used your movement, you attacked, you have a bonus action to disengage if you would like, or you can just be done.
I would like to disengage.
Okay, so you can move up to 25 more feet.
All right. You know what? I can't zoom out on mine. So
Do you have a mouse?
I do, and I'm not wheeling out.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of figure this out. Do
you want to go just directly away from it? I can move you if that's easier.
Yeah, I can roll just straight back. It was 25 feet, you said?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll roll back to here.
Okay, that is Love's turn. It is Apathy now, and Apathy is going to move forward here. Apathy actually has to dash, so this big looming creature just comes sprinting towards you, Tari, and that is its turn. Anger also has to double move. It goes moving towards Warjern, and then it like shrugs back and goes the other way.
Curious.
And that is its turn. Now Fear is up, and Fear is going to move down over here, and it is going to snap at this dwarf here. This one is Passion. And it does hit Passion. You see these large teeth bite into Passion's shoulder, and it lets out this kind of shriek as it bites into her. It does 11 damage, and you can see that Passion just closes her eyes, and she's kind of trembling, but she keeps performing the ritual, speaking some sort of incantation. You can see this glow start forming between her hands. And that is its turn. Now it's Tari's turn. Or sorry, Courage's turn.
Forsaking their own safety, Courage is going to leap across to Fear.
Very good. You had just surrounded by these large looming creatures.
And in response to the attack, Courage will just let out a mighty cry and slash this beast in its back and say, "I am your opponent. Thank you very much."
Yeah, and as you approach this, and as you pull your sword back, your sword, you can see under the flames, you can see these glowing runes etched into your sword that say courage in Elvish. And go ahead and make advantage on this attack roll.
Thank you. How do I roll the attack again?
So if you click on your token and then,
Yeah.
oh, here, I need to equip your items for you.
Thank you.
Let's see. What kind of weapon do you use again?
Longsword.
A longsword. Apologize, I forgot to put that in there for you. Longsword. In there. Equipped. And there you go. Now if you click on inventory, you should see a longsword there.
Inventory.
And that will put it in the chat when you click on longsword.
Oh, sorry, I just opened it up and inventory longsword. And then do I click on it again?
Yeah, so if you click on longsword, it will put it in the chat.
Nice.
And then you can click on attack to roll the attack.
Thank you very much.
For sure.
I have a question. Well, before she attacks, am I able to like cast a spell on the creatures that might help her in her fight, or do I have to wait until my turn?
Unless it's a reaction, which I don't think any of your spells currently are, you'd have to wait till your turn.
Okay.
Okay, a 16 is going to hit. So go ahead and roll damage on that.
Nice.
The minimum damage, though, you do have, this does have vulnerability against your attack. So as your sword cuts into this, as where when Love cut his target, it kind of was just black mist spewing out. This cut is glowing and it seems to affect this beast in a bad way. So that's actually going to be 6 damage instead.
Yes. Courage will look at that like they weren't expecting that to happen, but, you know, will be pleased nonetheless.
Very good. Okay, that makes it no bonus actions or anything for you?
No, not this time.
Okay, Old Friendship, it's your turn.
Yes. Now, before I take my turn, I believe there have been 2 redeemed character facts in the chat.
For who do we
One
got
for
here?
Serenity and one for me.
Okay, tell us a character fact about Old Friendship.
Now, I have also mentioned that for the next donor, I was going to give a historical literature fact.
Please do.
So I will give a character fact and a historical literature fact for the price of 1.
That's beautiful.
So, character fact. I'll give you 2. Character fact. Old Friendship has had a lot of contention with other druids in the druidic circles, as well as other people in general, because Old Friendship doesn't live in the forest like a tree animal, but like I've got a farm, right? Like it's a little house. I cultivate the land, and that's kind of weird for a lot of people. But Old Friendship thoroughly disagrees with the druidic idea that you should try and be one with nature by living more like an animal, like a hermit in a cave, because that's arrogant and ridiculous, and it essentially establishes people as separate from nature. And so the inherent human desire to build shelter and cultivate land shouldn't be seen as unnatural. You don't have to live like a bear. You should live like a human. And humans build and create and shape their environment. A druid wouldn't tell a rabbit not to dig a burrow. A druid wouldn't tell a bird not to build a nest. So why are all these druids living in tree stumps like idiots? That's unnatural. It's inherently arrogant, saying that, oh, humans are separate from nature and we need to go against our own selves to properly align with nature. That's not right. Humans are part of the system.
Fantastic.
That's Old Friendship's fact. The historical literature fact is interesting. I was reading The Knight's Tale, and here's a fun little fact for people who are Shakespeare fans. When you start The Knight's Tale, it says, Willem, as older stories telling us, there was a duke that higged to Theseus. Of Athens he was lord and governor, and in his time switch a conqueror that greeteth, that was there none under the sun. Full many a rich country had he won. With that, his wisdom and his chivalry, he conquered all the reign of Femini, that blah, 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 and wedded the queen Hippolyta. That's the same wedding as in Midsummer Night's Dream between the Duke Theseus and Hippolyta. They're both referencing the same story, and I didn't know that, having never read this. And I think
That
that's
is
an interesting little point,
crazy.
that's the same thing. You know, we have Chaucer writing in the 1300s and Shakespeare in the 1600s, both like, oh, so you all know the story of Theseus and Hippolyta. Let me tell you about that. Isn't that a fun historical literature
That
fact?
is super fun. I love that.
Those
Thank
are
you,
just
Bill.
writing
And thank
fanfiction.
you
Now
for
I
the
can't think about
donator
it.
getting us that fact. And then we have one for courage as well. Courage. Tell
For
us,
Serenity.
Oh, serenity.
I
Serenity.
believe. I could be wrong. I thought that was...
Yeah, I think that's what it said in Foundry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Warjourn, as he's known in other places. So despite the kind of lackadaisical job that he does as the quote unquote bouncer of Love's Inn, is that what we're gonna call it now? Love's Tavern?
Let's not.
Love Island.
I just
As the
made the
bouncer of
business
Love
issues,
Island.
and let's not do it.
Yeah. That is in fact his trade for many years as a somewhat younger turtle. He was actually working a big festival in Faerun one day when a young girl kept trying to get in, and every time he would remove her from the festival, he would turn around and she would be dancing again. He got so frustrated, he kept chasing her down, and finally she just stopped and very plainly told him that he needed to have more fun and that he should learn to dance. And joy came over him and he joined in the dance, and he has been following Lyra, his goddess, ever since. Though he's still not quite on board with her need to celebrate at any given moment, he does recognize the need to stop and have a little fun every now and then. So that is how he came to worship his deity.
That's lovely. I love it. Good facts. Good facts, everyone. Okay, so those
Now
are...
let's kill some monsters.
Now it is Old Friendship's turn.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, wait. Oh, that's so good. I'm going to put that here.
Old Friendship pulls out a
Does it
gun.
appear? Do you see that lovely purple sphere between distrust and apathy?
Yes.
See, Friendship closes their eyes and they take a moment and they look and they reach their staff above their head and then points it straight up into the sky. And as they do, you see the clouds part and a sliver of moonlight falls sharp and highlighted in the atmosphere, and it covers the ground between distrust and apathy. And this is the spell Moonbeam. Moonbeam is a 5-foot radius silvery beam of light. And technically it won't damage them until they start their turns. But when they do, they're going to have to make a Constitution saving throw or take 2d10 radiant damage.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty good.
So there we go. It'll stay as long as I concentrate. And I
stuff.
can spend an action moving it around every turn to follow.
Oh,
them.
that's so good.
So here's my Moonbeam.
Okay.
But they haven't quite felt the damage yet. It only happens when they move into it on their turn or start their turn in the Moonbeam.
All right, so it's just shining down on them for now. Anything
Shining.
else on your turn?
No. Now, maintaining concentration, how does that work in future rounds?
So basically, you can only have one spell concentrating at a time. So if you cast another concentration spell, that will end. And if you get damaged, you'll have to make a concentration check, which is a Constitution saving throw.
All right, lovely. Well, I'm gonna just hang out then. I think maybe I should move away. No, I'm staying where I am. Old Leafbeard's fine.
Okay, very good. That makes it Hate's turn. So Hate is going to start just crawling. It has like no back legs. It's just got a nasty blob of a body it drags behind it. It's got these big claws that dig into the ground as it pulls itself forward, and it's going to pull itself towards Warjourn here. And it's going to dash to there. Piala, you're up. Or not Piala, I am so sorry. Endurance.
I have a question. So I can see my cantrips under my spells. I had another set of spells, or can I not access those yet?
Yes, you should be able to access those. Let me see. I probably just need to. Boop, boop, boop. There you go. Now, if you click on your spells, I think you should be able to see all of them.
Okay. And then how many can I cast per turn?
So for your first level spells, which is Witch Bolt and Sleep, you can cast 4 a day. And then for your second level spells, which is Mirror Image and Scorching Ray, you can cast 2 a day. And then cantrips are unlimited.
So I can cast like 10 different spells right now if I wanted to.
Well, so you can it takes your, so you have an action and a bonus action. So most of your spells are going to take an action to cast. So each turn you can continue to cast one of those spells.
Okay, so I can cast more than one spell per turn.
If you
Right,
have a
or-
bonus action spell, I don't think you do right now.
Okay, so what you're so is it, so it's one. I can only cast one
Yeah, one
That's-
per turn. Uh-huh.
per turn. Okay, that's what. Okay,
Yes.
I wasn't sure how that worked. Oh my gosh. Well, so the sleep spell will put them to sleep, and then how long does that last for?
So let's see. Sleep is
Until True Love's kiss wakes them.
That is how it works.
They're
I think.
gonna be waiting a while.
Let's
Or a
see.
blade.
Activation. Spell ends. It looks like it lasts for a minute, or until they take damage to wake them up. So a minute in combat is 10 rounds.
Oh, that's pretty good.
You
Yeah.
also have to roll against their HP. So if they have high HP, you have to roll beyond that before they'll go to sleep.
Okay.
Correct.
Does this beast look like it has very high HP or very low HP?
It's kind of hard to tell since they're formed of a mist. You do know that these two have been hurt a bit already, but you do know if this one went to sleep right now, it would probably wake up from a moonbeam burning it as soon as it fell asleep.
Okay, so let's not. Should we save that? Maybe I'll do. So infestation will do like damage over time, and then it also slows them.
Yeah, it slows them. It makes them move a square, and it does damage when it hits them.
Always with the rats, this one.
Always. That sounds. I mean, I feel like that one sounds good. This, and then the slow will keep them from being able to attack, move towards any dwarves and attack them. Right.
For sure.
Okay. I am going to infest some creatures. I have been waiting to use this.
It has been time. Okay, so you need to get within 30 feet of one, which, let's see, I can get a ruler here and show you how close you need to be. Which one are you wanting to target?
Was there one that was particularly fast? What do you guys think?
They all look like they're about the same speed. Hate is currently furthest away from everybody right now.
Let's do hate. Let's not have anybody else get into the mix.
Awesome. So you'll have to move up to there before you can reach it. So you can use your movement getting up to there. Can you see my ruler there?
Okay.
So if you move up to
Ooh.
that square, and then let's see, is infestation an attack roll or a saving throw? Spellbook, infestation. Let's see, I can put it into chat there. Okay, so they're going to make a Constitution saving throw. I forgot to mention as well as your spell attacks gaining advantage from eating that fruit, creatures saving against your spells also gain disadvantage.
That,
So
that
For it.
Bush. Thank you,
it's
Bush.
going to roll 2d20s and take the worst result. And a nat 1 is going to be a critical fail on that.
Instant kill.
So you're going to roll 2d6, and it is going to take extra slow, and it's going to move 10 feet away.
Okay.
Nice.
Do I use just the regular dice roller for that?
Yeah, so if you click damage on infestation, you can hit critical hit, and it'll roll the critical damage for you. And that should be in the chat bar on the side.
Okay, and then I hit critical hit.
Uh-huh. Oh, those dice are awesome.
Fancy.
Okay, so that does 8 damage. Its speed is slowed by 10 feet. And since you crit, I'm going to let you pick the direction you want it to go. It's typically random, but on a crit, I'll let you choose.
We are gonna have it. go north, I guess, like or maybe towards the center,
So
Away
back
from the
towards the
dwarves,
well
yeah.
here.
away from the dwarves. Yeah.
Okay. So what does your infestation look like when you cast it?
So basically, I snatch a flea. You know, I kind of start scratching up my head, and I snatch a flea out, and I blow it. And as I blow it, and it hops down, and as it hops, it splits into two, and those hop, and they split into four, and they hop, and they keep. Every time they hop, they keep splitting until it's just a giant swarm, and it engulfs the creature, and the creature is like batting at it, and it's kind of starts backing off, and you know, and it moves back away from us.
That is awesome. Very cool. Yeah, and this thing just starts getting swarmed by these. It lets out this horrible gurgle sound as it stumbles backwards. And
I had one more question. So
Yeah.
I believe I also have this wild magic chaos. Is that
oh yes. So on that, if you would have rolled a 1, or no, you need to roll a d20. That's right.
can I
Yeah,
use
go-
that? Is that limited? Is that per turn or is that limited to like once a day?
Yeah. So it's per spell you cast. So you can go ahead and roll, and
Okay.
you're looking for a 1.
And that was for the is that the Tides of Chaos or the Wild Magic Surge?
So the Tides of Chaos is, if you want to, you can roll on that table during any roll that you roll to gain advantage. And then I'll give you that ability back by making you roll on this table. is how
Okay,
that
so
works.
tell me what to do.
So for right now, just roll a d20 and we'll see if your table triggers or not. Which is going to be the simple dice roller, will be the easiest way to roll that one.
Oh,
Almost got it. So you're looking
Almost.
for a 1 on this one. So anytime you cast a spell, you'll roll there.
Okay.
All right. And I believe that is it for your turn. So Wardren, you're up.
Yes, indeed.
done.
Let's see. So I can just move myself on here, right?
Correct.
Oh, can I move? Can I move back now?
Oh yeah, you had extra movement. Go for it.
I'm just gonna hide back behind these fellas right here.
Perfect. You got it.
Mm.
Okay, so I'm just going to use about half my movement to move right there.
Okay.
And I'm going to first cast Spiritual Weapon.
Such a good spell.
Indeed, indeed. And that will appear as kind of a bright, colorful sparkler, like the kind you wave at a wedding or on the 4th of July or something, depending on where you're at, or a little sparkler. It'll appear kind of floating and glittery and pink and bright right above, and I do not know how to mark in Foundry, but right above and kind of where the moonbeam is, essentially, between the hag and the big gloopy thing.
Like right there.
Yeah, kind of like where it can. I want to be within 5 feet of at least 2 of them. So,
Yeah, you got it. We'll just
That
put
works.
it right there. You
Yeah.
can reach both.
okay. Well, actually, I want to. I want to reach mine. What is mine? Hate or not hate?
Yeah, anger is what you oppose,
anger.
which is
Anger.
this
So I want to be within
flaming one.
anger and the one under anger. So I'll do that, and then when I cast it, I get to attack anger, I believe.
And yeah, if you're attacking anger, this spiritual weapon that you summon almost seems to be drawn to this and empowered. So roll with advantage on this attack roll.
Nice. I know how to do that. So melee attack. So first roll, is a natural 1, so we'll just ignore that. And the second one is 15 to hit.
Nice. Advantage of dodging a nat 1 is pretty good. And a 15 is going to hit.
Cool. So that will be 1d8 plus 3. Oh, which is an 8 plus 3, 11.
Okay, 11 damage. And it looks like as your weapon cuts into this is the same thing that Courage's did to Fear. And it leaves this glowing wound behind. So that's actually going to be 16 damage.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, anger kind of it looks towards you with its fire. It seems to almost like flare up a bit more. The flame seems to get more intense. And anything else for you?
Yeah, so if that was my bonus action, I did a little bit of movement. Then as my action, I'm going to use another one of my channel divinity to use Path to the Grave on the haggish looking one, the one on Hate, I think that's right.
Uh-huh.
Okay, on Hate. And so that means one creature I can see within 30 feet of me until the end of my next turn. The next time myself or an ally hits the cursed creature with an attack, the creature has vulnerability to all of that attack's damage, and then the curse ends.
Nice. Very good. You're putting that on this one, correct?
Yeah, whichever one Love's been going after.
That is great. Okay.
And then I will back off 15 more feet. That's my turn.
All right. That makes it back to the top of the round. It is Distrust's turn now. It is making a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw, target 13. It is my enemy as friendship.
Right.
So maybe it takes disadvantage. I don't know.
That
say
it
yes.
does. You're onto it. Okay, so the first one, second one. There we go.
That's better.
Disadvantage is going to make that a fail. So go ahead and roll your
Better.
damage up on that.
All right. I don't know if I have a special damage button. I'm just going to roll you 2d10.
Now, you would normally hit this with vulnerability, so I'm not going to make Wardren's thing fall off on this since you would already get vulnerability on this.
There, my 2d10. That's 12 damage.
Yeah, so this beam seems to kind of be burning into the skin of Apathy, but it seems to just be melting the flesh that falls off to mist and then glows brightly on Distrust. So that's going to be 18 damage on that. And why don't you tell me how this thing just dissipates away?
It just the moonbeam is falling on it. It's been the entire time. It's just been building, and you see it starts to dissolve away. But the bits of Distrust flesh, instead of falling to the ground, they start to float upwards, following this moonbeam like some kind of Star Trek tractor beam as it just disappears. Dissolves.
And you hear it scream now as it just burns away up into the sky. Okay. It was its turn, so it's done because it is gone.
It's done.
That makes it Love's turn.
All right. Love takes a step back and kind of looks at the battlefield here. I know my target of hate is kind of disengaged at this time. I also got my eye on Wardren because he's my boy and we go way back. But I'm looking at Serenity up there, and they've kind of got themselves surrounded a little bit, and I'm not feeling real good about them being up there by themselves. So I'm going to move up and try to cover Courage a little bit and make sure that they're okay. So I'm going to take a swing. I got you. I'm going to take a swing at Apathy here.
Very nice. Go ahead and make an attack roll for that.
All right, so that is inventory. Swoosh.
Look at that. Caught on so fast.
Yeah, look at this. I'm getting it.
Good roll. That is going to hit. So you're going to go ahead and roll your damage. Now you are also engaging still with Courage here. So go ahead and roll your sneak attack as well.
All right, so that is a normal roll on this, and then the D6 2, correct?
Yep, 2d6 extra.
2d6, yeah.
Man, you two are a good 1-2 combo next to each other with the defending and the sneak attacking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is going to be a total of 13 damage if my math is correct. So you go up and stab this. There's a big wound that trails off in dark mist. And it is Apathy's turn.
Would you like to make a quick Constitution saving throw?
Oh, yeah, it's also in the moonbeam. Okay, this one will not be at disadvantage because this is not your opposed. But that's a 2 on the dice, which means it is going to fail. So go ahead and roll that damage.
Apathy just didn't really care about making that save.
Yeah.
11 damage.
Okay, 11 damage.
Nice.
It's got this kind of like just mundane flesh just melting off into a dark mist. And it seems like it is bothered by this moonbeam. So it is going to move over to here, out of the beam.
Away, idiot.
And then it is going to take a swing at Love here.
I would like to use my reaction to hold up my shield and impose disadvantage.
I almost promise I won't stab you this time.
That's the nicest thing you've said to me in a long time.
Well, that one would hit, but let's roll again at disadvantage. And that is going to be a 19, which I think still gets you, Love, because your AC is a 14. So this is the damage it does. Does 9 damage to you. And then you need to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Add a D4 to that since you're blessed.
Yes.
Just 1 or 2?
Just 1d4.
Just one. So if I do that. Okay.
Okay, a good roll on the bonus, but a low roll on the d20. So at 8, you do fail. And what this does is when this hits you, you just feel drained. Like you just don't have the will to fight these things anymore. So you cannot take a hostile action next turn. And that is...
If you say so.
that is Apathy's turn. Anger
Follow
is going
Apathy.
to go. And Anger is going to just flare up in this big burst of flame, and it points a finger towards Courage, and you just feel this heat wave burning over you, and I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, if you could, Courage.
Also with a D4.
Yes. Wisdom.
Let's see, that's an 18. That is pretty good. That is a success. Now you feel you start feeling this burning rage burning your chest as this heat comes over you, and you almost feel like you're just gonna black out. You want to go attack that thing, but you're able to shrug it off. It seems irritated. You see it kind of stomp on the ground, and it's gonna throw a little bolt of fire at you. So
There's no need to have a tantrum.
that's a 2 on my dice, which means this bolt of fire, it looks like it's so frustrated, it just flies right over your shoulder and misses. That is its turn. Fear is up. It's aggravated that's being attacked in the back. So it's going to turn around and it's going to bite at you, Tari, with its big old fangs.
Brilliant.
That's going to miss you
Get out of here.
because the dice love you guys right now. And then it's going to swing a long claw at you with its big nasty claws. And that is going to be a 15? No, 13 versus your armor class.
Nope.
That's going to miss as well. Looks angry. It kind of lets out this horrible screech right in your face. And it's your turn, Tari.
I
Sorry,
don't
Courage.
care. With a flourish, Courage is going to kind of flip around their sword and is going to drive it into the beast.
Make that attack roll. And this is going to be with advantage because you are courageous.
Yeah.
Man, you guys are getting such good advantages and disadvantages.
It's working
Yeah,
out.
that's going to hit. Go ahead and roll that damage.
Nice.
So that is 7. It does look like your sword is still glowing with those runes. It cuts into it, seems more effective. So that is going to be 11 damage instead. Kind of lets out this low growl in its throat as you cut into it. Looks hell-bent on ending you. And anything else for you?
Yeah, I'd like to use my action surge.
Ooh, that's a fighter thing. It gives you another action, huh?
It does. Before
So
it gets
good.
a chance to end me, I would like to just hit it with the killing blow, I hope.
Oh, that would be pretty good. Roll with advantage again. 17 again with the advantage. Yeah, roll the damage roll.
Okay. Ah!
Let's see.
Done.
That is going to be a total of 6, which just so happens to be exactly what you needed. So why don't you tell me how you end it first?
Courage digs deep and just gripping the sword tightly slices off the beast's head.
And it kind of drops with this fanged head to the ground, but before it even hits, it just turns to this dark mist and wisps away. It's working. I can feel it weakening. Keep going.
Nice.
And anything else for you?
That's it. I've just turned to face the one next to me and be prepared.
Awesome. All right. Old friendship, you're up.
I have one action. That's all I need. If you could, I can't control it. If you could take that moonbeam If you could just move that over so it's covering both apathy and anger. Yeah, just tuck it over there.
Boom, right there. Good stuff.
Nice.
That's it. I'm
Is
done.
that how he redirects it?
Like the Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Ah,
Oh,
wonderful. It's very enhanced by the hood you're wearing. All right. Anything else for you? Any movements or bonus actions?
Who needs them? Done.
Okay. It is Hate's turn. And Hate is going to angrily stumble towards Wardren, but it's also swatting away these fleas. And it actually is the slowest of all of them and has to dash to even get to you. So it is going to use both actions dashing. And that slow now wears off. And that is Hate's turn. It is Endurance once again.
Okay. Who do we think my opponent is? Is it Apathy?
Yeah, Apathy is your opposed.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to do some damage this time. That sounds like fun. So I am gonna go for Scorching Ray, but I think I also have Empowered. Can I empower this?
You absolutely can. So the way Empowered works is if you hit, when you roll the damage, you can re-roll some of your low damage dice with Empowered.
Okay.
So you have to do your attacks first. So now if you click on Scorching Ray in your spells, it should put it in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
And you have 3 beams here that you can shoot. Do you want all of them to go at Apathy, or do you want to split them around?
What do you guys think? Should we just try to let's go all at Apathy?
All at Apathy.
Okay, so so just hit cast spell.
And that will put it in the chat. Now you are going to click that attack button 3 times, and you're going to roll all of these at advantage because Apathy is your opposed.
Okay, so 1.
That is a nat 20 on the first one. So go ahead and click it again.
Yo.
That is a big time hit on the second one. Go ahead and roll again.
Maybe I should have split them up.
And that is a hit. So let's see. Let's just make this fun. Use your simple dice roller for this damage. Since all 3 of those hit, you're going to roll 4, 6. You're going to roll 8d6.
Oh,
Wow.
Nice.
let her rip.
So many.
Oh.
So that is a 35. Now, if you would like to increase it,
Boom.
Why don't you roll me, if you want to use your Empowered, go ahead and roll me 1 more d6. You can bump that 1 up because you
Right.
rolled like insane.
Do I even need to? Should
There's
I
a
save
certain
it?
amount of irony to going overboard against apathy.
I mean, there's a need, but then there's also a 1.
Yeah, you definitely don't have to, but if you wanted to. Why don't you just tell us how this Scorching Ray looks and how it absolutely obliterates Apathy?
Wait, can I do also a wild? Can I roll for my wild?
Yeah,
chaos?
please do. Go ahead and roll a d20.
Just to see if I get. Okay.
Not this turn,
Not
but
this time.
a huge damage roll. So yeah, tell us how you do it.
So I raise my arms up into the air, and you can see like my eyes like are glowing bright white, and and I start mumbling, and as I mumble, you see these rays kind of shoot down from my arms. They're coming from the heavens. They concentrate into a beam, and 3 of them just pound right into Apathy. And where it hits, he starts kind of disintegrating and dissolving, and pretty soon it spreads all over, and he just kind of dissolves into dust.
And the heat is so intense that even the flaming anger in the back seems to shy away from those scorching rays.
Oh, I see. You're trying to make him move out of my moonlight. No.
And you still have a movement left if you would like to move.
It's only movement, right? I can't cast anything else.
Right.
No, I'm good. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and scooch over here.
Okay. That makes it Wardren's turn. You have
That's
a
amazing.
big, horrible beast right on top of you. What are you doing?
I'm going to move around the horrible beast to still, not trigger anything,
Yep, for
but
sure.
to get within 30 feet of my feller. I'm going to go ahead and use my last channel divinity to curse it again, like I did previous turn, to make it vulnerable. Then I'll use my bonus action with the spiritual weapon to make a melee weapon attack against it with advantage, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
First one is a 6. Second one is a 16 plus 5, so 21 to hit.
21 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage
And
with
then,
vulnerability.
And so that just means double the damage, right? I'm not used to getting to do vulnerable things.
Yes. I believe it's
Emotionally
50% more. If not, I've been cheating you guys, but I'm not certain. It's
Okay,
more
well,
damage.
I rolled 7 total, so feel free to math for me and tell me.
7 total, regardless if it is 50% more or not, is gonna end it. So tell me how you do it.
The sparkler that is my spiritual weapon just kind of like, and then like as it kind of looks up at it, goes right down its throat that I am now going to say exists for the sake of my thing.
Absolutely. It's got a
And then
fire
just
throat.
it's a fire thing, right? So it starts like shifting to this pinkish color and just sparks into kind of a big firework. Think like Gandalf in Lord of the Rings, and then fizzles back down, and the sparkler's just kind of dancing there.
Ah, that is amazing. Ending anger into fireworks. And by the way, Love, as apathy died away, you felt that apathy in yourself melt away, and you feel like you can jump into action again. End of the round, as these things are fading away, and you see the dwarves are chanting this ritual, you see that these golden beams of energy form between all of these dwarves, and a big blast goes out towards Snow. And you can see that these purple tendrils connecting to her break, and her eyes shift away from black back to white. And she lands on her feet on the ground, and she looks around panicked, looks horrified at this huge creature. You really are my friends? You came here to help me?
Of course.
And I want to
Absolutely.
use this to help you. And her eyes glow with this bright golden energy, and this bright white beam of light appears in her hand, and she just throws it at Hate. She is going to roll an
I duck.
advantage attack roll. Okay, and she seems a little off balance and confused how to use it, and it goes right over it. Hate looks angrily towards her and caught off guard. She says, I'm sorry, I'm still learning how to use it.
It's okay.
And Love, it's your turn.
All right. Well, I absolutely want to get up there and intercept Hate before he makes a move towards the kid, and I got to back my boy Warjern up.
Nice.
So
So
I wanna-
normally you would have to spend your action dashing to get there, but as a rogue, you
Yes.
can dash as a bonus action. So
Well, I would
You
like to do that. Yes.
yeah, you can just get right up there.
There we go.
Okay.
Now I want to stab something.
Now this is Hate, so you get to roll advantage on your attacks against
Yes.
this.
All right. Attack.
And you get to roll a d4 on your attack.
Ah, yes.
All right.
Less is very good. Nat 20 won't need a D4 though. That is a critical.
Yes.
So go ahead and on the damage, you're going to click critical damage, and you're also going to add your sneak attack because you are engaging it with Warjern.
Okay. How do I do the sneak attack?
So use the simple dice roller and add 2 more D6 to it. So that is a total of 16 plus vulnerability, which is going to be how do you do it?
Hate swings with his left arm, and I dodge to the right and just jab that sword right in between the third and fourth rib, right through where the lungs might be, and right into the heart.
Nice. And as you're
Pull it
stabbing
out.
upwards, you can see that in some sort of runes that you don't speak Elvish, but you understand it, that it's inscribing love on your blade, and it pierces through it. It glows, and just a big burst of energy. This thing crumbles away. And with that, we are exiting.
Nothing says love like a stab in the heart.
Exactly. With that, we're
You
exiting
stabbed him
initiative.
through the heart. You give love a bad name.
Well,
Aw.
he let his love open the door to the grave.
We've got we went all those places. Fantastic. Okay.
I just want to mention real quickly, with that, we also vanquished this goal because it looks like we are at $1,000.
Oh my goodness, you
Holy
guys!
cow!
That was so
Wow.
fast.
Thank you guys so much.
Awesome. Thank everybody. That's
Man.
fantastic.
That
Thank
is so
Eggs in chat.
exciting.
Thank eggs
Yes.
in chat.
All the thank eggs in chat. I think that means we got to do another giveaway, guys. So production, let's do another giveaway. Now, just because we hit the 1,000, any of these leftover funds are going to go to Westwood Preparatory Academy. So if you guys would like to chip in more, we can always up this ante here. There's just not enough we can give to these kids.
We have 10 schools in Ohio. There are so many residentials in everywhere. There are kids everywhere that just need a ton of help. And anywhere we can roll this out to just give kids just something to even do, or, you know, like you said, it's an avenue for therapy. So anything we can do to help these kids out, it's amazing. And thank everybody. I'm so pleased with this.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Awesome.
Warms my heart. It's so glad we got to have you play D&D too. What was happening, John? It's great.
Oh, this has been great. This is so much fun. I am so on board. I'm down. I'm a fan. So.
Nice.
Awesome. All right. Well, we'll get back to that in just a moment. So, yes, these creatures melt away. Snow just took a knee as she tried to use this power. We're out of initiative, which means you guys can freely move about again and whatnot. Was it me who made those? Wait, who are all these people? And she seems like she notices the dwarves for the first time. All of the dwarves smile and they all kind of approach her, happy leading the front. You remember who we are, Snow? Yeah, you're happy. I've been friends with you since I was a little girl. You've been twisted for this ritual. We're here to make sure it happens the right way. These wonderful heroes here, they helped us do it. You're a powerful person, Snow. You're going to change the world. We're going to make sure that you don't have people whispering in your ear. That woman who's been raising me, she's not my mother. She's not. She just took you in. She's been corrupting. But we're going to fix it now. We're going to take care of you. You're with us now. We'll keep you safe. She smiles, and that kind of apathetic expression you saw when you first saw her melts away. It's the first time you've seen her kind of do a bright smile. Who are all of you?
Well, I'm Friendship. It's a new name. I'm getting used to it, but I'm glad that I could help Friendship blossom here today.
It's nice to meet you, Friendship.
I'm Endurance. I'm here to help you and to show you that you can also endure anything you want.
I thought those names were only given to dwarves, but I like them. It's nice to meet you.
I am Love. I'm here to show you that there's good in everyone, and it's up to all of us to see it in each other. And you can learn that, and it'll be very, very powerful.
She kind of goes around. She gives each of you a hug as you're introducing yourselves. What about you? She points to Serenity.
I am Serenity. I'm contractually obligated to be here, but I also want to be. So, you know, do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life, and perhaps you'll find some peace. That's what I got for you, kid. And I give her a little.
She smiles, laughs. I appreciate it. What about you? Your flaming sword was awesome.
I know. I'll I'll go down on one knee and give like a proper bow and be like, "My lady, I'm Courage, and I will always be there for you."
Well, thank you all. I'm gonna go through this ritual that Happy wants me to do, and I don't know what I'm gonna be capable, but if I can ever repay you, I'll be there to return the favor.
I actually would. There's something you could do for me. There's one of these dwarves I haven't met yet. I wonder if you could introduce me to the one over there who's dressed like a classic Western cowboy and has presumably the corresponding voice.
Looking at my NPC list.
That dwarf's name is Howdy.
Oh, yeah, I'm impactful. Real pleased what you're able to do there with this. Thanks a bunch, Friendship. I think that we can be friends in the future here.
Oh, I'd like that.
Me too. Me too, partner.
Yeah.
Friendship, aren't these woods special to you? I think I can get rid of this darkness.
Oh, I mean, you don't need to get rid of the darkness. Darkness is part of the forest. Just get rid of the creepy magic.
I can do that. And her eyes will kind of glow with that same golden energy again, and she'll kneel down and touch the ground. And you can see this pulse of magic kind of go across the ground. Anything that looked maybe like it was starting to get slightly sinister and corrupted, like when you followed the rabbit, you see it grow to match more of the beautiful landscape. Happy will come up and pat you on the back. Y'all done good here today. Thank you. We're going to finish this ritual here. Feel free to find your way home. I think you can find your way back now. Eh, friendship?
Yeah, we can find our way.
We'll come negotiate the rest of that payment. We're always good on our word. You don't have to worry about us.
Well, look, we'll see you back at the Love Shack.
How you're deciding to call it now?
Apparently, that's our new name. We do offer a group discount. You're all welcome. So just come on down.
Good old group
Wonderful.
discount at the
I'll
Love Shack.
prepare a feast.
Discount at the Love Shack. That's right.
And with that, we will fade out our scene as the heroes are heading back to their newly named Love Shack. And we'll call that a session, guys.
Yeah,
So, good job,
back in the
everybody.
carriage. It seats about 20.
That was a good place to stop.
Thank you guys all so much for playing along with this session. It was great having you on. You wouldn't even know that some of you were beginners. You were fantastic. Absolutely had a blast with you guys.
Case, I didn't realize you'd never DM'd before, so that was super impressive.
That was my first time.
You might have a thing at this.
Yeah. Well, thank you. No, that was great, guys. Thank you so much. And chat, thank you so much for the donations.
Yes,
Seriously,
thank you.
just warms my heart to see that met so fast.
Fantastic.
So happy that we can help these kids out.
Yes.
I hope you guys liked the session. I tried to do something kind of focused around what you were talking about, John. You inspired me for this one. I was like,
Aw.
let's do something about, vanquishing feelings and stuff, because that sounds like
That's
fun.
it.
So yeah.
I loved it. It was so cute.
Is that the point of the fundraiser, to vanquish feelings?
Bad ones.
Bad ones. Bad feelings.
Just a bad one.
feelings.
Yes. No, it's
Awesome.
great when the kids have no emotion whatsoever.
Yeah,
That's really
what
what I'm going for. Is yes. The more
Rose
automaton, the
from
better. Yes.
Give them a taste of what it's like when they grow up.
Yes.
Oh.
If you just bury those feelings down deep and never talk about them and never acknowledge them, it's called being a grown-up.
It's like a certain princess one taught me: conceal, don't feel.
That's
Hey.
right. Yeah.
There you go. Awesome. Well, that is it for our first session today, guys. Now, I'm going to let our guests talk about themselves one more time. And then, John, you're sticking around, I think, for just a little bit. We're going to go to break. We have 2 more sessions for you today. Level 1 Geek Tori is going to be running a session next. And then we have our own Emily running a session as well at the end of the day here. So we've got more content for you. But we're going to go to a brief break. On the break, we're going to let John just talk about the kids a bit and talk about like what Westwood is all about, because we want you guys to know what you're supporting, and it's awesome. He warmed our hearts. I'm sure he will warm yours as well. But before we go to that, let's go ahead and let our guests introduce themselves one more time. It looks like our overlay got a little jumbled, but that's fine. John has 2 faces now, which is 2 faces to talk to you with, which is all the better. So, but yeah, let's start with let's go ahead and start with PG. Tell us about you one more time. Tell us about what you do, where people can find you.
Thank you everybody for joining. My name is PG Law. I was on the reality show Survivor, which is, I think, one of the best. It's just basically a big LARP, if you think about it.
Yes.
It is a giant LARP. But I also have a podcast. I'm co-host of the Reality Escape Pod, where we talk about immersive gaming and escape rooms. And I also have a stream here where I host all kinds of social deduction games with other reality stars. And I will put links in the chat. Thanks for watching.
Yes, indeed. I've seen PG's content. It's great. I have seen her on Survivor. She is great. Survivor's a fun show. PG's a fun person. Definitely check her out. Yeah, let's go with Kat. Tell us about yourself, Kat.
Yeah, I make comics across the socials and the Dungeon Delves. Usually they're kind of meta tabletop comments about how fun I find the hobby. I also have started streaming on Twitch, some of my artwork. Most of the time I'm trying to stream things like the background that I've made here. It's just my process so people can see those kind of things come to life. And yeah, you can just find me around either under Dungeon Delves or Delves Daily.
Wonderful. Great comics. I love them. I love the overlay you did for us. So thank you so much for being on here. It was a pleasure to have you. Let's go with Bill. Tell us about yourself, Bill.
My name is Bill. I'm a podcaster. I make a show called Escape This Podcast, where we solve escape rooms audio escape rooms that we make. They're kind of like tabletop games. I have another show called Solve This Murder, which you can check out, which I try and solve murder mysteries. It's a lot harder than escape rooms. I also have I have a Twitch channel called Play This Game _live, where we do a lot of actually fun thing that we're doing now. My partner and I are playing Myst, which we have never played, know nothing about in terms of the specifics of it, and aren't using a walkthrough. So that's good fun. We did a session of that. That's been very fun. That's on Sunday evening, so it'll be tomorrow, I guess, for Americans. Other fun thing, I make some games as well. I've made a game called Gateways, which we've played on stream here, and another game called The Hunted, and you can get them both at consumethismedia.itch.io. So if you want to play some fun little short rules light tabletop games, you can find them there. All right, that's it. Bye. That's for me.
Fantastic. Good content from Bill for sure. And fun fact about Bill, he's across the map from the rest of us right now, and it is so late for Bill. So
Yeah,
we
it's 5 a.m.
grandly appreciate your dedication. It was so fun having you on. Thanks for sticking it out and playing with us, Bill. Andrew, tell us about you.
Yes, I am Andrew. I'm the host of Roll for Persuasion, a podcast where I interview creatives and entertainers about the nerdy things they love. You can follow me on Twitter at rollpersuasion or go to rollpersuasion.com. Check out all of my, I think, awesome episodes where I interview people like Brian W. Foster, Deborah Ann Wool, Anthony Rapp, B. Dave Walters, all sorts of other cool people. And I also interviewed Bill at one point, who is also cool people. So go back to around January of 2020 and you can hear him talk about escape rooms.
Also, Bill.
We're joking. We're having fun. That's what I do. I'm also co-creator and co-star on Second Star to the Right, a Neverland adventure. So you can go to secondstar.show and check out the podcast version or the VODs, or follow us twitch.tv/secondstarshow if you want to go play in Neverland with us.
Awesome. More fairy tale adjacent. Awesome stuff. Yeah. Thank you so much, Andrew. Thank you for the gift card donation. Dwarven Forge is amazing. Super fun to have you on the show. Appreciate it. And me and John are going to be back in just a bit to talk a little bit more. So I think we will call that a first stream, everybody. Thank you. We're going to go to a break stream here for a little bit, and then me and John will be back to chat at you guys while we get the next stream set up. So we'll see you guys in a few. Bye-bye,
see you guys.
everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.